I am Pat Cocky. We'll focus on him. There we go. Pat Cocky. Angry Bat Cocky. The freaking thing came out really good, actually, considering how badly I modeled it. The little cape and everything came out. I am Bat Cocky. Crap. We have too much fun doing stupid shit. So what's everyone up to? I burnt my pizza while I was posting. I am Bat Cocky. That's all right. I still ate it. It was tasty. I was going to eat it on stream, but then I got hungry and I was doing other things and I burnt the pizza and I just ate it. It was good. I still ate it. Burnt pizza is still good pizza. Because it's still pizza. Work's no good. Call in sick. Call in coronavirus. Well, jump in here, Viking, if you're just sitting on the couch, you lazy bum. You should be brenting a Bat Cocky or a Marv Cocky. Yeah, but it's tasty carbon with cheese. It's the cheese and the stuff on top that makes the carbon taste good. It's all carbon. Just how far you carbonize it. Whatever. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Yum. It was actually not bad. It was a French bread pizza, man. You can't waste that. It's hard wasting any pizza, but French bread pizza, it's really difficult, even slightly overcooked. When the painkillers kick in, I need a couple of those. It's like almost cold here. It just hit 70 degrees and it's kind of breezy and cloudy, and I was out working and freaking wood chip showed up last night at like 9 o'clock at night. Did some weed whacking and some mowing. I started at like 7 o'clock this morning working outside. Well, tell yourself you're not going to work today. It's the easiest time is when you're the president of the company. Just say, yo, somebody cover my ass. Just do it. I'm the boss. Do what I tell you. Do it all. I'm not coming in. Yo, putz. Yo, underlings. Do my job. Oh, wait. There are no underlings. Are there? Not only are you the president, but you're also the slaves. You're the president in charge of self. Well, you have a partner. If you're the president, make him do all the work. I'm the president, you're the partner, do all the work. That filament is really kind of nice. I'm thinking about ordering some more. It's probably the neatest roll I've ever gotten a filament to. I don't know if you can see it over there. It is like a perfectly rolled roll of filament. And it's a silk. And it was cheap. It was like $22, $23, I think. TT, 3 T's. TTTYT 3D silk filament. Look it up on Amazon. It's actually pretty good stuff. Prints beautifully. Nice look. This is like, I think they call it blue black, or it says black on the roll, but I think in their little website they call it like silver or blue black, or I don't know. It's got kind of a bluish, almost purpley tint to it. Real mild. It's kind of nice stuff. very shiny. I am bad cocky. I was gonna say Marv cocky. Marv cockies are over there. Do not feed the angry war cockies. So anyway, that's the gist of my day. I've done nothing since lunchtime, an hour ago, except for burn my pizza. Slightly overcooked, extra crispy pizza. It was actually pretty good, especially with the French bread pizzas because they get kind of soggy in the middle if you don't mildly overcook them anyways. I am angry, bad cocky. So anyway, if anyone wants Bat Cocky, let me know. I will message you the location for it. It will not be released into the wild because it's not really mine. It's a Wagster model that I just kind of hacked up. Kind of hacked it up. What are the other cocky all the things that we have to do? I should do a cocky all the things poster to top it off. Do I still have make all the things? I think I do. I do. Make all the things. Oh. Oh, we have to do this. I'll share my screen. Share. So, I'm thinking we got to make a more cocky face here. And do cocky all the things. So, where's a good war cocky face? We need a good copy of a war cocky face. You don't need the original mini. Oh yeah, I can probably remove that. Thanks. I can. Appreciate it. I space that a lot. So, let's see. How to make that look like a war cocky. I don't know why we're picking on him so much lately. It's just easy. He's just easy. Let's see. I got him here somewhere. I think I could probably do it right off of his. Nah, that's not a good one. We need a good picture of him. I wonder if I could just pull it off one of the live streams. Do you have any like photos of him in his little thing here? Yeah. 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 Where is? This is funny. That's just funny. Gotta admit, guys, that's funny. Oh, now the music's gonna start. Need the wide angle version. Yeah, that's what I was actually thinking. Yeah, what he said. This. Where is it? I think he's got just like a still shot of that somewhere. Anybody got a still shot of it? I need a more cocky still shot. Let's see. What is up, 3D Medic Vince? You want to hop in here? Cool. Space Mouse. Isn't that like a cartoon? Now I gotta look it up. Pretty sure there was a cartoon called Space Mouse. Yes, Space Mouse. The Mighty Space Mouse. Voltron. No, there was a cartoon that was Space Mouse. There it is. Space Mouse. I remember that. That's like way going back. That's like 60s, 70s. Space Mouse. Let's see if I can just get a... let's just do a Google War hockey. Oh, yeah, look at that one. Oh, no way. I never seen that one. Yeah, War hockey's kind of cute. What is up, Vince? Are you there? I can't hear you. Tis but a scratch. Would you scratch? No audio. Is it just me or has he got no audio? It might just be me. Nope. My audio's up. Can you guys hear him? I can't hear him at all. No audio.
Testing.
I could almost use this one.
Testing.
There you go.
I think I had the gain turned all the way down.
Well, that doesn't help. That one might be doable.
No, I was trying to set up RetroPie.
Oh, there we go.
Just being a problem.
Marv Cocky, when you do a War Cocky search, you get a Marv Cocky down there. Kickstarter, Copperhead. I think I'm going to use this one right here. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? This one. And Shift 4. And we go back over here, and I'm not using the painter one, but place. Not sure how to do a screenshot. This one. Okay. Drag it out over it. I'm not sure if I can mask with this. Like, I think I got to do it in a photo one, not the Not the what the hell was that? Was that my computer or yours?
No, even though I'm off work, I still get the notifications when runs. They just got called out.
Oh.
Turned off speaker.
I wonder how I can. There's got to be a way I can mask this. Mask. How do I do a mask? I've never done a mask in this here one. There's no real paintbrush. Vector brush tool. Can I mask that? No. But maybe if I drag it down here into the mask. Nope. I think I have to bring that into the paintery one first. And then I can mask it. And then I can Warakaki all the things. I've never tried masking in a vector. I know there's a way to do it. Just can't think of how. And it's just easier to do it in this one. File. Open. Screenshot. Desktop. That one. And I can probably just erase. Where's my eraser tool? One of these right here. Patch. Nope. Nope. Right here. Dirt. Background erase brush. Flood eraser tool. Never used it. Well, check it out. Look at that. It like knows most of the background. That was easy. But it doesn't really do what I needed to do. Flood eraser tool. Whoa.
Erased a little too much.
Little bit. Let's see. We don't need his hands or his arms. We just want his head and his ugly ass beard.
Morning, Ricky, or afternoon, Ricky.
What's up? Is that Tanner Man? Jump in here, Tanner. Oops. Tanner Man, if you want to. We are picking on Warakaki as usual, just because he's an easy target. And flow, opacity, width. Let's bring it way down here. And go after this little bit here. Actually, no, Lindsay. Is there an unerase tool? I think I erased it too much. Erased it. Whatever erased it is. I'm doing this with my mouse instead of my tablet, which is not as accurate with.
Yeah, it's always hard with a mouse.
Well, it's a trackball, so it's a little bit easier than an actual mouse. But not a lot. Trackball's definitely got a little more control. That's good enough. Now, I believe I can freehand lasso this now. Copy. Paste it into this one. Get rid of that. Delete. Envy. Resize a little. make his head all big. Alrighty then. Just so stupid. Cocky all the things. And make it all kind of fancy birds and make it bold and
Afternoon, Ben. I still gotta go over to the orthopedics office and tell them to remind the doctor I still need a note so I can go back to work.
And then let's see, let's color out the font. Let's actually make their black outline. And let's go with a inlay. So it's a black line with a white text. And styles effects. Where it is? Stroke. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. And I want this one here because I want it to go behind. And I want to beef up the stroke a lot. And it's this to show. And stretch this out some more. Bring this down some more. Cocky all the things. I think I'm done. Export. It's good enough.
And you're making that for war?
Huh?
I said, and you're making that for
just to fuck with him. Because we can. Because, he takes it so well. I mean, he knows it's. He knows we're just playing with him.
If you got rid of your screen or if you accidentally jumped out again. Yet I'm trying to set up a RetroPie. It's giving me fits on the image. Can't get anything to work. Yeah, only Llama can llama up its own stream. Yeah, I'm using Etcher, the Balena Etcher. Let's see if that works. Yeah, I got. Every time you get an SD card, you get all kinds of adapters with them, and I think I've got a problem with the card reader that's on my computer. And I just haven't gotten around to swapping it out with another one yet. So sometimes I end up having to just use little USB ones. don't know what exactly happened to him. Seems like Tom has left the building for good. I'm waiting for him to try to figure out how to get back in and kill it. No, I finally got done printing and gluing. I got a friend that really likes Star Trek. I'm just gonna file the edges, smooth it out.
I copied all the things myself right out of the stream.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kill the stream and find a way to get back in.
Yeah. I didn't even realize I was out. I was sitting here chatting away, going on about how I was posting freaking. We're cocky and all the things.
Yeah, you went to save it, and all of a sudden my screen went full. I'm like, why am I full screen? And then you weren't even there.
I clicked on Twitter, and instead of opening a new window like I normally do, I just clicked on it and it took over. It just went to Twitter. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna post this on Twitter, and I'm talking away, and all of a sudden I went, wait a minute, I only got one window up. I'm not sharing my screen anymore. I'm not sharing nothing no more. Twitter. And this is what I was trying to do, so you guys could see me cocking all the things. Has he responded to it yet? No. There it is. Cocky all the things. That's got nothing to do with the Mac. The Mac actually works. It's funny, all the PC guys that were talking about how their PCs were crashing last night are busting on my ass with my Mac that never crashes. The only thing that ever goes wrong with my Mac is by me. It's me screwing up, not the Mac.
Now, last night my network was throttled down. This morning I just rebooted the router. It seems like it just gets overloaded sometimes.
About it. Carl, just don't get too cocky about it. That's funny. Anyway, what were you saying?
So by time last night was rolling around in the evening in chats, like my network was bogging down because I kept noticing glitching in the stream. So this morning I just finally got fed up and just rebooted the router remotely, and everything was working fine again.
You should set up all your printers to use whatever slicer is the best at the moment. I am a big fan of the whole Idea Maker there, Ben, but there are still times I go to either Cure or, although I haven't used I don't even have Prusa slicer on the computer anymore, or even S3D. There are times that there are certain things that Idea Maker just doesn't do well. Not many, though. Really, the big one I used to use it for was structural. I used to go to Cure because it had the alternating infill, and now that Maker has that. Uh-oh. Ben just opened up the picnic basket.
Oh, no, that's all I was saying. He's setting RetroPie up on a Pi 4. I'm messing around with. My sister wanted one and Jen wanted one, but I didn't want to give them any of my Pi 4s. So I was trying to set them up on some Pi 3s. But he's saying Pi 4. I'm like, yeah, I got 6 to work with as far as the Pi 4s. I just don't want them to be using a perfectly good Pi 4 just to play games on. All they want to do is just play some games. Yeah, I saw you modeling that last night. I was wondering how it was going to print. Well, I mean,
it doesn't. It actually prints better than I thought. I mean, I actually put it in the Cure first, and Cure just loaded it with supports. Put in Idea Maker. Idea Maker actually didn't put enough. I ended up adding a couple more to the back of the cape, and along the bottom of the cape, I just rounded them over, and that was it. It only took 2 hours to print at 1.6 layer height on that thing. on the Frown King,
Mhm.
Pumpkin King. I am Black Cocky. Get over it. That came out way better than I thought it's the only difference. I don't know how he keeps everything so sharp, like the edges and everything.
Mhm.
Every time I go to rasterize it and everything and smooth it out and redistribute the polygons or whatever you want to call it in ZBrush, it like just smooths everything out. It gets rid of all the little sharp lines and stuff. Where if you always look at his, if you look at Wexter's actual models, the lines are all real sharp in the edges and grooves and everything. I'm not sure how he does it. I gotta watch him really model once. I actually have. He does a lot of masking. Like 90% of his model is masking. He masks everything. That, and I think his computer is like a super horsepower, and he like gets really, really high poly counts. We just can't do that because, well, my little Mac Mini would go. It would choke and gag on it. Might have been making coffee. Yeah, no, the Mac really doesn't have an issue. It really, whatever. I like my Macs. I like the Mac OS better. Not particularly happy with the hardware, but I do like the OS better.
Yeah, I used to have a Macintosh a long time ago. I just thought it was funny. My sister was using it, and thought she was being nice, and she was cleaning up the desktop area and just dragging things into the trash can. And apparently, I don't know if they do now, but apparently back then you could actually grab the hard drive and drag it to the trash.
Yeah. You can recover it, though.
Yeah, with the recovery disk.
You won't delete the hard drive. It just
No, but I had to use a recovery disk to get back in to pull it out just so that it would boot back up.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing I like about the new Macs ever since like OS 10.5. There is no longer, people don't realize Windows still runs on DOS. Every computer in the world runs on DOS, except Macs. They all have to have a disk to start up. Macs do not need a disk anymore. You can start a Mac without a disk in it, and it will fire up and run under its, basic OS, which no other computer in the world can do. Because that's how you do recovery with Macs now, is you just start it up in First Aid. First Aid will always boot without a hard drive.
But that just tells me they basically had enough of the required software on a chip.
Yeah.
So instead of having to have a disk, you can it's
Correct.
already there.
Yeah, it's in their PRAM, whatever they want to call it. Perimeter RAM. It's built into the thing, which is
it's only
a plus or a minus. Is the bad part about it. If you update your OS, and then you don't want to, like I kind of do now. I wish I hadn't updated last time, because then I could still use like a whole bunch of my applications that went away now. Because the last update that Apple did got rid of all 32-bit programming. No 32-bit programming will run on a Mac that has been updated. It just won't run. It'll come up and say, "We're sorry, this is outdated, blah, blah, blah." Everything has to be 64-bit apps or nothing. So, like, Sculptress went away. Some of my other good old games went away. You just can't run them anymore. They just won't even start. The computer will just say, "Screw you." The thing is you can't backdate your OS anymore, because when you update the OS, it updates that PRAM too. And you can't rewrite that to something older. It will not let you. It's a Tanner Man.
What's up, fellas?
I'm guessing you like Kansas City. I mean, it's just a subtle hint here, but I'm guessing.
And we locked our boy Mahomes up for a 10-year extension. So for the next 12 years, he'll be the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback.
Yeah, but that's no problem because they don't have to play. So all they got to do is pay them like $10 a year. So that's an easy contract.
Yeah, it's
So if you don't play, you don't get paid.
yeah, the total value of the contract is $503 million.
It's just insane. Nobody's worth that.
He's now the highest paid, the largest contract offered to any athlete in any sport ever.
Somewhere the book has to get passed to pay for it.
I thought, I want to say Mark Hamill. The IndyCar dude is still the highest.
Nope. Patrick
He was
Mahomes is largest contract in sports history.
He was. I think he's no. I'm not pretty sure he's still the highest paid per year. I think is what it is.
Well, this is talking about the value of a single contract.
Yeah,
No one has ever been given a
you're talking a
$500
10-year
million
contract. I think this is because they said no sport will even do it. It's whatever his name is there, the race car driver, the Indy car driver, because he gets like $50 million a year. Actually, I think he gets more than that. I think he gets like $10 million a race or so. It's something real. Yeah, but it's a shorter term contract. He only does a 1-year contract, and it's like $280 million per year. I think he's still the highest paid sports personality ever.
Seems like a waste of money.
It's all a waste of money. I just don't get why they think they're worth that much money. I got an idea. Let's stop paying these idiots that much money. Not that they're I shouldn't call them idiots. I mean, they're talented people. But, come on. There's a point where you don't need it anymore. And then, start charging reasonable prices to the actual, fans that want to come watch it instead of hundreds of dollars to go watch NASCAR or an IndyCar race. You go and spend $20 like it used to be, and you could go watch a race or a game. You don't have to spend $200 to go watch a baseball game. That's insane.
Well, but the thing is if you paid the athletes less, tickets wouldn't cost less. The owners would just pocket more. And the owners make more money than any of the athletes.
I know. That's the whole problem is those douchebags.
The owners make hundreds of millions a year.
They make hundreds of millions a game, for crying out loud.
I meant after all their expenses.
Yeah. They still probably make hundreds of millions a game. They make multiple millions a game. I guarantee you that. It's just ridiculous. That's why I don't watch sports anymore. I think it's stupid. It's like so overblown now. It's all about the advertising and the crap, and it's not all about the sport anymore. It's not about playing a game.
NFL team owners range from making $20 million a year to $500 million
It's insane.
per year.
I'd like to make $20 million in a lifetime, let alone $500 million in a year.
What would you do with $500 million in a year? Really?
There's nothing you can do.
There's only so much money you can
fast.
spend and so many things you could possibly want.
Man. Do you ever watch The Replacements with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
I love that one line when they're talking about the strike and the guy comes on and goes, "You know how much it costs to insure my Lamborghini?" It's like, I don't care how much it costs to insure your freaking Lamborghini.
A few years back, probably like 15, 20 years back, David Foster had a reality show. You know who David Foster is, right?
The name sounds familiar, but not offhand.
Songwriter and producer. Very, very wealthy man.
Anyway, all right.
Anyway,
actually,
they did a reality show, and it was about basically it's kind of centered around his spoiled kids. And one time he sat his kids down and explained to them that just paying the staff and the overhead of his house was like $50,000 a day. And that was just to pay all of the staff that runs his house and the utility bills and all that.
There was I can't remember who it was, but some really wealthy dude back in like the late 60s, early 70s. I remember as a kid, they made like a big stink about it. There was a really wealthy dude that had like a bunch of like relatives and stuff that were all inheriting his money. And I think he passed away or something, but his stipulation is they all had to like get jobs and live on their own until they were a certain age. Like they could not collect a penny. They couldn't take a loan against it. It was like the money was locked until they turned like 30 or something. And the only stipulation was, medical emergencies. And all these people, he passed, and all these people, kids, thought they were getting all this money, like his kids and nieces and nephews. And there was like this. I remember it being in the news because it was this big thing that none of them got squat. They actually lost money because they were all kind of living off them. And the minute he passed, all the money got locked down, and they all had to like go out and get jobs. And oh God, who the hell was it?
Yeah, Andrew. Roger Federer makes over $100 million a year, but things like tennis and golf and stuff like that are different because they don't have like a guaranteed contract where they get paid that every year. They have to actually like enter their major events and win them to win the money.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a different situation. You can be like a PGA golfer, and if you don't win, you don't really make that much money. But if you win a lot, you take home a lot of money.
Golfers make a lot of money even when they lose. I mean, compared to us.
Like a boxer, it's not uncommon for like a world champion boxer to make, $100 million in a year, but they got to win and they got to box, they can't just sit home and make that much money or whatever. So things like your team sports, you're making that money win or lose.
Yeah. Which is another not good thing.
All right.
Well, a lot of those contracts are based on bonuses too, I hear.
Right. Well, yeah, I think Patrick Mahomes' deal is technically like $450 million, but it's if he wins another MVP award or wins a couple more Super Bowls, it's worth like $503 million.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just a ridiculous amount of money that nobody needs.
They incentivize those contracts. I would be interested to see what sports would look like if all contracts were incentive based. You know what I mean? Where like you started at the league minimum, like a baseball player starts at the league minimum, and for every 10 home runs he hits, he makes an extra $1 million, and for every 25 RBIs, he makes another.
That's the way it should be.
And so then the guys who perform the best that year get paid the most that year.
I think
that would be an interesting model. It would never happen, but it would be interesting to see.
Because you're actually, that's early for me, and you're an hour after me. So that was wicked early. You're up at like 4:30 because it was 5:30 when I got on your stream, Dan. Might have been about 6. Yeah, well, I definitely think sports should be they shouldn't get a set amount no matter what. They should have to play, and you get a set amount to play. You get a set amount if you get a home run. You get a set amount if you steal a base or whatever. And then the team gets a set amount for winning a game or something.
All right, I got to go run in there, and I'll be back later.
No, you can't go anywhere.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Later, Vince.
Later, Rich. What are you doing? Playing with tires again?
Looky there.
What are you doing? The air-filled tire?
The airless tire.
Yeah, airless tire. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I put that up for my patrons today so they can, if they're brave enough, give it a try. I'm sure it's going to tax a printer a little bit.
Well, there was a program when I was doing tires that did a tire like that. That would, you could design the little egg crate shape to make it so it's one travel for the whole thing. Like it was designed so that the head would go around and come back, and it wouldn't have to travel anywhere or very little travel. The hell was
Right.
it?
Well, this is modeled off an actual airless tire.
Yeah.
The pattern there, which that was fun. There was some challenge there,
Our submarines, man. I keep forgetting about that.
right?
You're going to be on their little show next week, huh?
What's that?
You're going to be on their show next week. They were saying last night you're going to be on there next week.
Oh yeah. Unless unless the bars open back up or something.
Well, even still, you don't work Mondays anyways, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, do you?
I play 6:15 to 10:15 every Monday.
I thought you had Mondays off.
Nope. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my days off.
Oh.
Tuesday and Wednesday is my weekend.
Well, you could live stream your concert, answer questions while you sing.
Right. Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, man, I designed it in blah, blah, blah. That'd be funny. Everybody on, in the bar would be like, what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah, the bar owner would frown upon that.
Nah, he might like it, man. It's free advertisement. Well, you can say,
No.
hey, I'm at bar, what's his face?
No, my fiddle player got yelled at one day because she was holding her phone up to the crowd because she was live streaming our show, and the owner was in the crowd, and he came up and ripped her a new one.
Really? Why
Yeah.
would they do that? That's free freaking advertising. As long as you state where
I had
you
to-
are. Like
I had to do some damage control and talk him down because he wanted her fired for playing with her phone when she should have been performing.
Well, yeah, all right. I sort of get that. But
And
it's
so
free
I had to
advertising.
explain to the guy that does the booking. I was like, she was live streaming the show, which is advertising for his bar.
It's like I don't know. Some people get all upset over stupid shit and they don't think about what they're getting upset about. But I've always said with like the music companies and people like us putting music and videos and stuff on YouTube and they get all upset about it. It's like, do you not understand that it's free advertisement? They used to let us do it. If you look at all my old quadcopter ones, we used to sign a contract with YouTube back in the day. I don't even know if you can still do it. I know it still applies to that one channel. You can't monetize. If you do, they get the money. You don't. You can play the music. It has to be edited. In other words, it can't be the full song. You always have to clip it somewhere.
Yeah.
You don't have to clip it much. It only needs to be like 30 seconds in the beginning or at the end, or even if you do a good fade out, they allowed that. And you had to mention it, the song title and the artist in the video somewhere, usually in the first 30 seconds. And they used to do, because if you watch all my old quadcopter videos, they all have music in them.
So there's the two new wheels I designed as well, which are compatible with the Swift and the Rep Ranger.
Very really of you.
And then this appears a bead lock.
Yeah.
So you can print that, and it should slide into either one of these wheels.
I like that one on the bottom left.
This one?
The rounded, slotted.
Yeah.
Looks like an old 70s freaking dragster aluminum wheel we used to run.
In the off-road world, these were always referred to as an Alcoa style wheel.
Yeah. Because we used to run the 5 and 6 slotted aluminum until they got outlawed because they if you do a burnout and then run, and it had to be in a real car, not like my little, in a real dragster. But they used to shatter a lot, and they got warm. So they got outlawed. Matter of fact, I don't even think they're road legal anymore because of that. I don't know if you ever saw the old slotted rims from the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, well, and then like a beadlock rim. There's rims with simulated beadlocks you'll see running around, but a real beadlock is off road only because the tire doesn't actually mount like on the wheel, like you think of putting a tire on a wheel on your car, like off road vehicles. They push the tire on, then they set the beadlock on top and bolt the beadlock together, and that's what holds the tire on the wheel.
Yeah, I think dragsters do the same thing.
Yeah. So yeah, beadlocks aren't.
The big balloon tires that they use.
Oh, there is one beadlock with the DOT certification. Zolan says. But yeah, like 90% of the jacked up trucks you see driving around, and it looks like they got a beadlock. It's just a simulated beadlock. It's not a real one.
Yeah, because that's important. Just don't get it. Do you see that?
Just there for the look.
He posted on Twitter this morning. He motorized his tank tread. I don't know if you've seen that little tank that dude's been doing. Got a little.
I've seen lots of 3D printed tanks that are, motorized.
Yeah, this one's like really, really nice. He actually got the drivetrain running on one side, and I guess it's going to be a true skid steer.
So this was the original wheel. This is the one that's on all these, and I like it. It's a good solid wheel design, but it doesn't have a lot of detail. So that's what just made me decide that I needed some more wheel options. And
it's all in good fun.
Right. And then I thought the beadlock would offer people a chance to like print basically a ring in a different color. So, if you wanted a silver wheel and then you wanted to make this ring red, and you got your tire, and then you put it all together, and it would,
the accent color rim.
Yeah, it would give it a little pop. So yeah, I put the all this stuff is up for my patrons and whatnot. It'll be interesting. I would love to see how the airless tire does in TPU. I have no TPU, and I've never printed with TPU. But I'm curious if it would have some good flex to it because of.
Send me the model and I'll remod it so it actually works on my RC cars.
For it being hollowed out like that?
Yeah, and I'll give it a shot. I've printed TPU wheels, but they suck. I mean, really badly. That's a TPU wheel. And it mounts. And it works. It's just, I don't know, TPU isn't, I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't flex the same when it hits something. So it doesn't like wrap around like rubber does to get traction. That makes sense. Right. So like
you wouldn't have the same amount of flex in every direction like you would with a molded rubber tire.
It's with the grain of the print is the problem. I mean, they're really cool for like doing donuts because
like if you printed it laying flat on its side, you would have more flex this way than you would.
Yeah. I mean, they feel all right, but like the sidewalls don't have enough flex, and I made them as thin as I could. And I mean, it works. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you can see I ran it. It's dirty.
Right.
Yeah, I ran a couple.
I'd be interested to see how the airless tire does, just because because then you're taking the sidewalls out of the equation. There are no sidewalls.
Well, there's still a sidewall, but it's not. It's
not a solid sidewall.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
It's a like honeycomb opening. Yes, Zolan, you are a patron.
I should give you the dimensions and you can scale it, or I'll just scale it to fit. Because they were great for doing donuts because you get it going really fast and then you just cut the wheel and they just go because they literally had no sidewall traction at all.
The other thing that I have on my plate to try to design as a like direct snap-on upgrade for the Swift and the
You gotta make those
Rep
bigger.
Ranger is an articulated axle. So I'm going to do a print and place articulated axle.
Dude, you gotta motorize it.
Like I did for. Oops. This thing has fell off the shelf a few times and it's seen some better days. Like I did for this.
He agrees. Yeah.
So I'm going to make an axle like this that fits the Swift and the Rep Ranger. So it should be just a direct, you print that one instead of the one that just the wheels stay straight and put it on instead. And then you'll have a little bit of turning.
And then make it so you can put a little servo in there. And
I want to go back and revisit my my winch.
this is a little hooks hanging.
It
down
works. It just now that I know, knowing what I know now, I could do it better. Oh, my string got wrapped up around the axle there. Dang it.
That'd be kind of cool.
I got to rethread that.
I don't need low polyhead scanners. I just Marv cocky everything. Cocky all the things.
Hey, Robbie Max in the house.
I feel like this may end poorly, but I'm gonna watch with a box of popcorn anyways. Ah, shit. That's funny. Why so angry? I think we look good as a flowlistic fella, whatever that is. I have no idea what he's talking about. Cocky all the things.
All right, where did my...
So anyway,
They're all the way over there. And I can't let go of this. There we go.
what the hell is that? Live chat was
My winch hook came off. But yeah, this thing fell off the shelf a couple times and now it needs to be reworked a little bit. Because now it flexes in places it shouldn't flex. Yeah, it's all things are all out of square on it now after it fell off the shelf.
all out of square. Oh, do you have your tire?
If the tire is up for yes, the tire is up. The tire is on the Discord.
I wonder if I can make a tire that
I haven't put it up on the on Patreon.com yet, but the tire is up on Discord.
airless. Not that all RC tires are airless, anyways, but
Yeah, I wasn't watching chat because I was trying to rethread the thread through the hook
oops.
because I pulled it off.
Oh, crap.
Which that's the winch front end on for the VSV is a Patreon exclusive, not available any other way from any other source.
So what'd that do? Make you like $2?
What's that?
What'd that do? Make you like $2?
There's several Patreon exclusive things. The jet ski is Patreon exclusive, not available anywhere else. The jet ski that actually floats under load with
so
figures
tired.
on it.
It's only 2:00. We got to finish our submarines there, man.
We do.
I may just do it one of these days, just for the shit of it. I kind of want to finish it.
Yeah, I'm kind of at the point right now where I hate mine. I opened up the file and looked at it the other day, and I was like, I just want to start over.
Go ahead.
What's
There's
that?
no rules there. So go ahead. There's no rules there. Start over if you want.
Yeah, I
I
hate it.
kind of like it in a way. It's a little blocky, but it's still a start. Smooth it out, finish it up.
I'll
Then
probably just go ahead and finish it and then do another one, that,
Yeah, do a fleet.
because I'm almost done with it anyway,
Yeah.
because the only things left are all the
Guns.
connection points and like articulation points that I have planned.
Guns. You need more guns.
He's got several guns. Well, missiles anyway. He's going to get some more guns, but I want to see if I can make the hatch open up like this, where it slides into.
Slides inside of it.
Yeah. So that's going to be the most challenging thing that I have laid out to do to it.
That's really not that hard. I don't know if you can bowl in.
Well, but if I remember right, I stretched it out a little bit, which is going to make it more challenging.
Yeah. Well, you find a pivot point and you just bowling it out behind it. You just
Right.
Yeah.
Without trying not to affect the shape of the ridge behind it.
No. That may be an issue.
Right.
Submarines need flamethrowers. Yeah.
Well, there are chemical agents that burn quite well underwater.
Yeah. I don't
That
think
water
so.
cannot put them out.
I'm thinking that's like an anti-submarine thing.
Wasn't that one of the issues with napalm? Is that even water couldn't put it out?
Yeah. Well, it was water, if I remember correctly. It's not that
It was
out.
sticky and water wouldn't put it out. And
Well, water would put it out. It would just float on top of it. If you threw water on it, it would just float on top of it and keep burning.
right.
If you completely submerged it, removed all oxygen, it's going out like anything. Although napalm, I think, actually has oxygen in it. It's got
I was going to say I believe all of the accelerants it needs to keep going are in the chemical makeup of it, which is why it's now against the Geneva Convention.
It's pretty much rocket fuel when you get right down to it.
Yeah, it's a war crime to use it now.
Yeah. But you can still, chop somebody up with an axe. Don't
But of
burn
course,
them.
it's also against the Geneva Convention to use tear gas,
Yeah.
and yet police use it on our citizens all the time.
Yeah, whatever.
It's funny that there are things that are war crimes that you can't do it in war. You can't go over to another country and do it, but
Do it at home all you want.
do it at home to your own citizens all you want.
Yeah, some people are stupid.
But yeah, although I believe the U.S. refused to sign off on not using incendiaries on the Geneva Convention. I'd have to look that up to be sure, but I believe that the U.S. refused to sign.
Yeah, because most of our bombs are incendiary.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Zolan was it was a phosphorus based incendiary.
Anyway, enough war crime crap. We just need more guns. More guns on our little submarines. My submarine only has the 2 little guns that I barely even started modeling. They're just like sticks. I actually think I'm going to make them harpoons. Because, it's a submarine, so it needs harpoons.
The tread's not as aggressive on my airless tire as what the tread was on my other tire, but it's tough coming up with like off-road tire treads that are easy, that can be 3D modeled and kept manifold.
Charlie Brown sweatshirt pattern. A little zigzag from Charlie Brown sweatshirt.
So yeah, the tread is much less aggressive on these. But I thought the wow factor for this tire is just in the fact that it's got the open air sidewalls, and
Yeah.
that'll give it all the texture and interest it needs. Yeah, I still need to get that Z and stop taken care of back there, so I can print something.
There's a dude on the Twitter that's messaging me that wants me to try his TPU for free. If you want me to send you his name, I'll let you get in contact with him. All you gotta do is buy his TPU and write a good review, and he'll send you reimburse you for it.
Huh. Yeah, I've never tried it. I've been interested. I just don't think I would use it that often. And isn't it hydroscopic?
Yeah, no, it's a lot less hydroscopic than people make it out to be. Mine's been sitting here for a freaking week in the humidity, and I can print with it right now. It's sitting right there. Now, it depends on the TPU, too. The softer it gets, the more hydroscopic it seems to get. But it's not like nylon or something. It's like PLA. If you leave it out too long, yeah, it'll soak up some water. It's got a lot less effect on it, too. It doesn't get crispy or fall apart like PLAs and stuff do. It just kind of doesn't print as cleanly. I've never really had problems with it. Yeah, mine does too if I leave it out. I leave it out and it's like it's been out a week and I forgot about it. I'll take it out. I'll throw it in one of my boxes for a couple of weeks with the Eva dries in it, and it'll be fine again.
What was the dry box that's not out yet that Work Hockey was all excited about?
Oh, I don't know.
Who made that one?
One of them hot ones.
It's like commercial grade desiccant or something in it.
Yeah, it's Work Hockey. He overthinks everything. It's good. Don't get me wrong, because gives you good information, but he overthinks everything.
Well, I know he was talking about it, was excited about it, and I forget who he said was making it.
I don't remember. F box. Yeah, I think that is what it was, wasn't it, Viking?
Yeah, the F box. No, not the Sunlu one. The Sunlu one, Warcocky went on the warpath that it was a
You
fire
can't play
hazard.
with it.
Warcocky on the warpath.
Don't feed the angry Warcocky.
What's funny is he's got this reputation as like being angry, and I don't ever see him angry. Like even when he's into it with like the Nova Haden guy and stuff, he doesn't seem mad. He just
You are wrong.
right, yeah, that's it. It's just very matter of factly. You don't know what you're talking about.
Why you are wrong.
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about, and here's all the reasons you don't know what you're talking about. You're a moron. He's not like
That's kind of the point.
not like the tinfoil hat dude with the Prusa stole my ideas.
Make him angry. See, we made him angry. He's an angry bat cocky. Oh God, he's calling now.
Yeah, he just always looks angry because his eyebrows are always kind of it's an eyebrow thing.
Don't feed the angry Warcockies. I got all my Warcockies in a cage over there.
It's like some people after a facelift, they always look surprised.
In fact, I got to put Bat Cocky in the cage with all the other angry Warcockies.
Right? Yeah, like a pooch rant. That's anger. Because he pooched off on one of his rants. But yeah, Pooch reached out to me a few weeks ago wanting me to jump on Hot Makes. And I was like, I was playing at the time. I was like, dude, I play on Monday nights. I can't. And so we got this 2-week shutdown happen to us. And I said, well, I next 2 weeks, I'll have Monday off.
Yep. What can I print now? There's something kind of rattling on this thing. I wonder if the wheels are loose. Nope, it's stiff as can be.
What was funny, the tinfoil hat dude, I didn't see it as funny. I saw it as really sad.
That guy is just...
I'm like, it's really sad that you're that disconnected with reality.
Yeah, I don't even think he is. I think the more I listen to him, the more I think he does
Just
that
for attention?
deliberately. It's a deliberate thing to get the views.
Right.
Oh, now I got views. Now I make money. It's he's just one of those controversial, oh, I'm going to make controversy just so I can make money.
But the influential and important part of the community will shun people like that.
Yeah, but you know what? He always, every time he pulls one of those, he seems to do it every 6 months. If you go and you watch and you did everything, he does one of those like every 6 months, and he always gets like 2,000 or 3,000 more followers after.
Right.
Amazing.
Well, because people want to watch the train wreck.
It's amazing.
People want to watch it go down in flames.
He does do some good, or used to do some good videos. When I first started, he was like just really starting to get into YouTube. And he was still learning, but he had some good stuff. I watched it.
I watched a lot of his videos, but then as I got to learn more about stuff myself, I started realizing that he had ulterior motives with the stuff he was pushing.
But he did have, a lot of his basic setup-y kind of stuff worked,
Right. But a lot of the stuff that he was pushing and saying, this printer's great, this printer's awesome, it's the bee's knee. The bee's knees was the words he used to describe the Tronxy X5S.
Yeah, I know it.
The Tronxy X5S.
And the Ender 3 is still better than a Prusa as far as he's concerned. Oh, it's just a better printer. Sorry, it's just not. It's a great printer for the money.
It's a better printer for the value.
Yeah, dollar for dollar, it's a better printer.
Dollar for dollar, it's probably the best printer on the market.
Yeah, well, it is the best printer on the market. That's why it's got to be the most popular printer. Think about it. There's more popular than the Ender 3.
I mean,
I
because,
recommend it. If somebody goes, I need a printer real cheap, what can I get? I'm like,
well, and after
no.
Joel's last video, I'm thinking the CR6 SE is looking pretty darn good too.
Yeah, no, that's just too freaking expensive.
Well, but Joel was like,
$400.
I used the factory defaults on everything. The factory default settings on the slicer, the factory default settings on the printer, and here's my prints, and they were gorgeous.
Yeah.
The
But as
prints
we're
were
talking, that was
absolutely
pretty
flawless.
poor lighting and stuff, but they were good. I mean, I don't care. The
Well,
lighting. is
You're
far
talking
off.
about lighting on prints. Now you're sounding like work hockey.
Well, that's what he was pointing out is, it was a little soft
'Cause
lighting.
You know him and Tom Jackson don't get along.
Yeah, I know. And they're exactly the same. That's the problem.
Right. And I'm like, sure, maybe his pictures make it look better than taking pictures with a microscope would, but you know what? Tom puts more time and effort into his printers and print profiles than anybody in the community.
Yeah, for sure.
Bar none. Nobody spends as much time dialing in a machine for every filament, every aspect of the machine, every aspect of the slicer. Nobody spends as much time dialing all of that in and puts as much work into dialing all that stuff in to perfection as Tom. Nobody. And because most of us don't care. If the print looks good enough, it looks good enough. We don't need it to look flawless.
Well, that's his thing.
Right.
I should
Like-
actually do that. It's not like I ain't got the time.
Like this is good enough for me.
Yeah. And yet I can see all the infill and striping but who cares? I still think that looks awesome.
Right. This is good enough for me. Like I don't care that the print bed that I printed this on had some flaws in the actual print bed, so you can see the flaws in the bottom layer.
We could do that. I gotta get a new freaking PEI sheet. God damn it.
But I won't have to worry about that once I get that set up, because then I'll have a brand new build surface.
There's a big old crack here and it just came up with the print the other day. It's all cracked and dry rotted almost. It's what it feels like. It feels like old plastic dry rot.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. There's a big old crack in my build plate right here. You can't see it, but there's one there and one there now. It just happened the other day. And this isn't that old.
Yeah. Dollar for dollar, bang for your buck, the Ender 3 is hands down the best machine on the market.
Dollar for dollar. I don't care what anyone says. And you get a lot of, the Ender 3 is a piece of crap. You know what? You can take the Ender 3 and put it together, and it will almost always print, unless there's something, happened in shipping or,
Or you made a mistake when you put it together. You didn't get something squared up right.
Yeah, even then, even if you still square it up right, it'll still freaking print. It may not print good, but it'll still print.
Right. But so 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a machine that it's not as feature rich as the Prusa, but it will give you just as good results for a quarter of the price.
A fifth the price. It's almost 1/5 the price. It's $200. A Prusa's $1,000.
A Prusa's $750 if you buy the kit.
Yeah, but that's a kit. You got to completely build it. Where
Right.
the Ender,
Well,
all you're doing is screwing the freaking
the Ender 3 is a kit as well.
Huh? No, the Ender 3 is a freaking 2-bolt kit. You screw the
No,
frickin'
it's not like the CR10. So there's more to it than.
Yeah, no, it's
that.
pretty simple, dude. It's a 15-20 minute assembly, not a 15 or 20 hour assembly.
It took Chris Riley longer than 20 minutes to put it together. You can go back and watch Chris Riley's video putting it together.
Yeah, well, he's doing a video, not just slapping it together.
Right, but it's not like the CR10 where you're just putting the bolts in the bottom and tightening the T-nuts on the sides and
Pretty
done.
much it is now. Am I going to be able to? That's the only thing I don't like about some of these is I think I'm going to end up just throwing away the whole flex plate because I don't think I'm ever going to get the face off of it. I'll leave it on there for now. It's just 2 little spots. I'll just work around them for now. I got to order a new piece.
Yeah. See, I believe Zolan and Dan both have Ender 3s. They're telling you, no, it's not a quick assemble slap together. It's a kit.
Yeah, it's still not like the frickin' Prusa. It's not every little thing. It's basically slide the frickin' thing together and bolt the Z on.
Right. Now, the Prusa kit's probably what most people are about 3 to 4 hours on the Prusa kit.
Oh, God, it's more than that. That's a complete assembly. There's nothing built for you.
3D Maker Dude put his together in like 2.5 hours. Or maybe even under 2 hours. I forget. But I know 3D Maker Noob's pretty experienced with putting together Prusas.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with the Enders. Half the time, what is built, you want to tear it apart and rebuild anyway.
Yeah, the Y is the only fully assembled, and half the time you want to take it apart because it's not square, is what Zolan says. The Y is the only thing that comes assembled from the factory on the Ender 3.
New exciting news. Last Kingdom must be freaking gotten a new season. Thank God. That was a great show. Have you seen The Last Kingdom yet? You must watch The Last Kingdom. It is awesome.
Is that on Netflix or what?
Why people aren't watching it? It's such an awesome show.
I hadn't even heard of it.
You got Netflix?
Yeah.
Watch it. It's on Netflix. I'm telling you, watch The Last Kingdom. There's like 4 seasons now. It started on, I don't know, one of the regular cable channels. It's actually BBC. It was BBC and like Discovery or something started it. I don't want to say Discovery, but one of those. TBS. I think it was BBC and TBS did it for the first season. And then BBC and Netflix took it over. Mm-mm.
So yeah, now I'm half tempted to print some of my new wheels and tires, and
yeah, I think the llama mats are stuck in import right now, from what I hear. There's only going to be a few samples for now. I think he had a half a dozen or a dozen samples done. The llama mat. I think we're gonna do like 300 of them and just see how they sell. I mean, he's not gonna sell 300 of them, but there's only one size. It's only 300. The only size that's gonna come. Llama mat. They can print like a photo on those mats. Cocky all those things.
what I need to do, and I want to stream when I do it,
We'll do it.
is start from scratch on my action figure.
There you go.
So I want to stream the whole process from taking the base model from Make Human, cutting it to pieces, and
Do it.
making all of the.
I would make that solid. I wouldn't even count walls. I would just tell it to go. Figure out what your nozzle is. Figure out what the width of it is, and just tell it to go solid.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how many walls. There's not much. There's not much thickness to anything.
How thick did you make the walls to it?
What's
You
my?
should have made them a nozzle thickness like 0.4 or 0.8 or 1.2.
Right, like my slicer's set to a wall line count of 3.
Yeah, but does it leave hollows in there? That's the only problem with that. You need to make that solid. You can't have the little hollows because it doesn't, if you do it at 1 and your nozzle's a 0.4, you can either do 0.8 or it can do 1.2, but it can't do 1. So you end up with 2 lines with a hollow or a half extrusion line, which is even worse.
Which it looks like, looking at the preview of the slice, that it does the 3 walls on the exterior cylinder, but it looks like it only does 2 on the interior cylinder.
Yeah, that depends on the slicer too. You can
Right.
tell it not to do that and to put shells in instead of infill. No, Idea Maker, that's the one thing I don't like Idea Maker about is you have to freaking get rid of the detect thin wall crap. It actually does better with thin walls if you turn detect thin walls off.
That seems counterintuitive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, watching the layer by layer progression of this in Cura, it's like crazy. So it's doing some infill. On parts of the tire.
Show the screen, man. Show the screen.
Oh,
We already got the other one
stop
there.
that screen. Share screen, select Cura. Allow. So yeah, going back down here to
Yeah, but see, if you look at all your radiuses,
yeah,
got between the two. If you look at the top and bottom of each hexagon, it's 2 separate lines. It's hollow in between them, which may not be a bad thing.
right. I have to wait and see how it handles it.
You're going to want to print the outside wall and make that a lot thinner. That's like right there. That makes TPU really, really, really stiff.
Yeah.
TPU gets stiff if you have multiple structures in it. It's actually pretty strong stuff. This is just because it's the side. Don't worry about it. It's just a little toy truck tire.
Right. And who knows if this will even be possible or successful when it's done. This was my attempt to be able to do that airless tire look, because I noticed a lot of.
Send me that file. I'll print one right now on TPU because I got TPU loaded right now on the little guy.
A lot of video game models and stuff are doing the airless tires on their military trucks.
Oh, they're getting them into my little RC cars too because they're easier to deal with.
Yeah.
They don't tear off the rims as easily. Dude, literally send me the file right now and I'll print it and see how it comes out in TPU.
It's not going to be scaled for anything for.
I don't care. I just want to see how it comes out. I just want to print one. Actually, the smaller it is, the better because it'll be faster. What do you have that slice for right now?
What's that?
What is that slice for, that Cura file?
My CR10.
No, that won't work.
The S4. Yeah, 400 by 400 bed.
Yeah, I don't care about that. It's all the rest of the features. I can edit the 400 by 400 bed out. That don't matter. I can't afford to join his Patreon, or I would. In a freaking heartbeat. I have no money. I had to get rid of all of my Patreons. I used to have a dozen Patreons, and I had to get rid of them all. Even at $1 a piece, I just didn't have the $10 a month to blow.
What's your email address? I'll send it to you.
3dprintingllama@gmail.com. It's the easiest one. 3dprintingllama@gmail.com. That's my public one. And I have little quadcopter at gmail.com. And I have WaTomWawa at gmail.com. And I got like 20 email addresses depending on what I'm doing. Kind of sad. Every time I start a new hobby, I get a new email account and a new YouTube account, and a new blog, and a new everything. I haven't done anything on my blog in a while. Real long while. Years. Any of them. Dino box. I don't care about. Where did this Dino in a box thing come from, anyways? It's got to be a knockoff of like GearBest or one of those. You are live. You are live. Hasn't gone through yet. Do you send it?
Yeah. And yes, I print at 0.16. I print at 0.16 and fairly slow.
I generally print it. If I want it to look nice, I print it 0.16 or 0.18. Anything below 2. I find 2 to be, crude, which is fine for some things, but it just, if I want it to look good.
Yeah, this was bringing the data over one piece at a time from the profile for the CR tank that
How
Tom
come you
Jackson
went
sent
to my
me.
junk mail? Not junk.
It's probably because your mail program doesn't recognize.
Yeah, usually
server.
unless I tell it to, it doesn't do that. Let's throw it in the idea maker.
My shoulder is killing me today. Oh. Of course, I'm not telling you nothing about surgically rebuilding something and how it's never the same.
No. The originals are always better than the new ones.
Yeah.
Let's change it over to the Maxi. Let's fire up the Maxi so I can get it warm while I'm waiting. And it's got TPU in it now. Been sitting there a while, so it might be a little wet, but that won't matter.
So how much time did Idea Maker said it would take? Say.
I haven't sliced it yet. I'm getting ready to now. I have to switch the printer over. It already switched the printer over.
Kira says 3 hours and 28 minutes.
Place PLA. Edit. I will do it at a lower rate. Oh, no, I already got it at 0.4. Let's go to 0.6. I have it pretty... actually, I think I got it pretty fast at 50s. 50s and 40s. First layers can be faster than that. I'm going to do it like 30. Infill speed 70. Let's kick that down to 50 because it's TPU. Solid infield speed is also 50. Everything else looks good. Travel speed, blah, blah,
Hey,
blah.
red light.
I have to reset the gantry.
I'm guessing you're in the crane today?
Who's that, red light?
Yeah.
Red light. Roxanne. Why is it taking so long to slice? You must be freaking out on it. Well, you got this thing all like angled inside the tire, huh?
No.
Not like straight through it.
No, it's straight through.
Oh, is it?
It's perspective that's making it look
Yeah,
that
I
way.
was gonna say it's just the way the program's viewing it.
Yeah, that's why they in Blender they allow you to turn perspective on and off.
3 hours and 14 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. My profile for PLA is 3 hours and 28 minutes
it's
according to
got,
Kira. So
It's got supports for the inner rim. Or is that the shape?
it shouldn't.
Is that the shape? You don't have a flat inner
No,
surface?
it should be flat in there. I'm still sharing my screen. You can see my Kira.
Let me go from underneath.
It's like it's not printing the inner.
You have it disconnected.
It's not printing the inner wall of the.
Nope.
Yeah. So Idea Maker is not printing the inner wall.
We can fix that. Other merge open segments, merge internal overlapping. You have reverse walls or something, that's why. You have some walls inside out.
And maybe that's why it took so long to slice. Maybe it was trying to do something with that, and
Yep.
with its current settings couldn't.
Yep. You got to. It's one thing about Blender is it doesn't straighten out its inside out walls and stuff. You may have to port it into something to fix it. Will it straighten it out? Yeah, there you go. All better now. 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Like I said, Kira had no issue with it.
Yeah, you know why? You never this outer wall here. If you look, because that's the one thing about Idea Maker is it's very literal.
Yeah.
These aren't attached. These weren't attached. I can see it right here.
Huh.
It's a separate model. Like if I brought it into Fusion
Yeah.
would see two separate models. It would see the inner drum as a model and then the outer tire as a model. I want to get rid of these two. That'll quicken it up a lot. Start slicing. Do it again. Edit. Where is that at? Fill the gaps.
Stinky Pinky has arrived with their pink garbage truck. Yes, my trash company is named Stinky Pinky.
Stinky Pinky. Dude, we used to always get the porta potties, on job sites, like where we're remodeling somebody's house. We don't have to go into their house and, take craps and piss and, a bunch of stinky guys in somebody's house. So, this freaking guy that drives for them is like 6'6", probably 300 pounds, built muscle. Dude, he literally takes porta potties. I mean, they're empty. There's no liquid in them. But he takes them and he puts them on his shoulder and walks them over and drops them on the ground. I mean, this guy's fucking huge. The minute he opens his mouth, he sounds just like Mickey Mouse. It is the most bizarre thing the first time you meet him. Because it's like, you see this monster of a dude. I mean, he is huge. He's got to be 6'6", 6'7". He's freaking huge. And he's built like a brick shit house. And he walks up and he's like, "Hey, how's it going, man?" It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, one of my friends.
6 minutes and 31 seconds, which means it'll be about 3 hours and.
One of my friends downtown, he plays bass. He's 6'9" and like 450. Big dude. We call him Log Truck.
Yeah, but the voice on this dude just will freak you to frick out. I mean, the first time you hear him, everybody has to take a step back and what the fuck? He used to get upset about it. Now he goes up to someone new and he starts laughing. The minute he opens his mouth and they freak out, he just starts laughing. He's like, "Yeah, I got a really high voice."
But I think the most intimidating individual I ever saw was he was a bouncer at this really rough bar in Independence, Missouri called Charlie's Lounge. Back in the day when I used to play there, way long ago, and he was about 6'7", and he was built like a professional wrestler, and he used to enjoy his job a lot. I saw him pick a dude up by the back of his pants, just grab the back of the dude's pants, pick him up off the ground with one hand, walk over to the door, and he tossed him out, threw him like you would throw a stuffed animal or something out into the parking lot. The dude tried to come back in, and he come in and he swung at the guy. He stepped back and dodged the punch, and then he grabbed the guy by the front of his shirt. He shoved him back into the opening of the doorway and slammed the door on him 2 or 3 times, and then shoved him out the door. He didn't come back in.
Yeah, there was a couple of guys like that. We had bouncers around here. We had one
like, you enjoy your job way too much, man.
Yeah, we had one around here that was just like, so we used to do back when I was a kid, bars had, you got your bar license and you had to close by 1 a.m. You could get an extended license if you were like a sports bar,
right?
Which makes no sense to me because those are the rowdiest people. But a lot of times the football games and stuff were played out in California, so they'd end at like 10 o'clock out there, but it's 2 o'clock in the morning here.
Right.
So you could get a sports bar extension and you could stay open until 3. So all the sports bars, even though, there wasn't sports played every night, they could stay open until 3 every night. So everyone would go to the regular bar, and at 2 o'clock, the sports bars would be just packed because all the other bars would close and all the other bartenders would go to the sports bar.
Right.
Oh my God. There was a guy in there that was a bouncer that was just, he never got angry, never, and people used to take swings at him and he didn't even duck. He just let him hit him. And he'd look at him and go, come on, man, you don't want to do that again. You know what I mean? And it's one of those, you punch him and he doesn't even like flinch. And you're like, oh, crap.
Okay.
If you do it again, I'm going to hurt you. If you just leave, I'll leave you alone. He's like, just don't do it again. Just don't do it. And I don't think I've ever seen anyone take a second shot at him. But he never ducked. He just wouldn't flinch. I've seen him multiple times take freaking hits from big guys. And he just
we've got a bouncer downtown that's a semi-pro MMA fighter. And so he's used to getting hit. It doesn't bother him to get hit.
Yeah.
And I've seen people hit him and he just like pop. And he'll look at him and shake his head. Like, could you imagine drawing back for all you're worth and hauling off and popping somebody and all they do is
that it?
And then shake their head and look at you?
It's not pasting. Invite. Copy. Oh, I don't know if because I'm wrenched. But I wrenched myself.
You wrenched yourself.
So we're going to see how Tanner's little tire comes out in bright cherry hatchbox TPU red.
Cool.
They'll be bright.
I said it,
I'll bring you 4 of them and I'll send them to you, and you can slap them on your truck. They'll be bright cherry red. But
I just designed it this morning, so who knows if it works.
Yeah. Well, we'll know. I'll know. You'll know the minute you squish it. It's a tire. It's for a little Tonka truck. It's not like it's not going to work for a tire.
Right. It's that big.
It's not like you're yeah. Oh yeah, it's light. I saw that. Most of it's taking a long time because it can never accelerate because there's no length of straight line on it. It's all just zigzaggies. So it's going to be freaking loud going around. That's the one thing about that little monster is it's freaking loud.
What's loud?
What's going on?
I have is the quietest one of all of mine.
Mm-hmm.
So how far are we out from seeing Amir in action?
You see the plate the other day?
I did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. I got most of the parts. I should really soon start to build it, but I'm waiting for some screws. I don't want to use M3s for the corner brackets and stuff. I want M5s.
So are you gonna live stream the construction or anything?
At least some of it. I will shoot all of it though.
I'm very interested.
Okay. Yeah, I would just shoot it. It's going to be too.
Yeah, it's going to be a combination, streams and videos.
Something like that. We want people to watch just the build. They don't want to see the live stream chit-chatty. It's fun to watch the live stream when you're building, a Prusa because everyone's seen a million Prusas. But when it's custom,
live stream it, save the recording, and then edit down the recording into.
Nobody ever actually edits it out.
Step by step.
Yeah, that's a possibility. But it's going to be a pretty long project. Some of the things I plan to do, I would have to do later.
Right.
It's becoming way more expensive than I anticipated. So
3 years. It took me 3
Yeah.
years to build this thing.
yeah.
Are you going duet on the?
Yeah, I actually think
Controls?
I am to try to save a bit on the budget and not have to wait for even more money to.
Now, what was that
to-
screen Chris Riley posted getting yesterday from Big Tree Tech? It's
Oh,
like a
that
combo
monster
touch screen
freaking-
and has the encoder wheel.
The freaking iPad screen.
Is it that big? Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, it's huge.
I think it's a 7-inch
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about the 7-inch.
from Big Tree Tech.
Yeah,
I guess they
you-
sent one to him as a review unit.
Yeah,
See, that's the thing,
UT7.
The Duet doesn't really cost you anymore over there because the imports and all that are cheaper for the Duet, right?
And I already have a Duet, so
Yeah.
that's one of them. I think I'll be going back and forth between Duet and SKR. Well, yeah, to save a bit on budget right now
But
at least.
would that Big Tree Tech screen work with a Duet?
No,
No.
Only the panel Duo works with Duets.
so I don't have a panel Duo, but
The only reason I want to get rid of my Duet is because I want to put a screen on it, and I am not buying a panel Duo. It's freaking
Yeah.
as much as the freaking Duet is.
they are expensive.
And I don't want touchscreen. I just want a black and white, simple screen that I can look at it and go, okay, it's at temperature. I don't have to fire up a web browser or my iPad. I can just look at it and say, it's running, everything's fine, and walk
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, the Big Tree Techs are dual, so you can just double click and then you get the old.
Yep. That's why I want I actually want the Panicut board or whatever it is.
Yeah, that
That'll
looks good.
run the RepRap firmware, but allow me to put a cheap 2004 or a freaking full graphics display screen on it that's simple. I don't need
Yeah.
to spend $100 on a freaking screen. I just don't want it. It's not. I don't need it to do that much. I want it to give me a basic readout, and that is it.
Yeah, it's an interesting board for a good price. Would probably cost me about the same as a Duet over here, though. So, but
Yeah,
it's interesting.
And everything. Yep.
Yeah, but everything outside of Norway is taxed. We're not part of the EU, and that sucks, in my opinion. In some ways, and not in others, of course. But so even if I import stuff from England or UK, it'll be taxed as much as the US stuff and China, everywhere, really.
Yeah. Well, that's how you pay for your healthcare.
Yeah, we're taxed to our heirs, so
You know
but that's
what?
all right.
Still cheaper than healthcare.
Yeah, I would rather
Everyone
have
in New York keeps going, oh, we save so much money. It's like, do you have insurance? Yes. What do you pay? Billions of dollars. Okay. You might as well just pay the friggin' taxes, which is a little bit on everything instead of that one big bill. It's like my brothers keep trying to get me to get insurance right now. You know how much insurance costs me to have basic health care right now? Which means I've got $5,000 a year coverage, and that is it. It's going to cost me $12,000 a year to have $5,000 worth of coverage.
Why?
And if I go over $5,000, I have to pay again.
Yeah, that doesn't
It
make
takes
sense.
$190 a month for me to get health insurance right now. To get $5,000 of coverage.
No, that's stupid.
Why would I do that? I might as well just wait.
No, I don't
Okay.
need it because
Your
my
doctors have my money.
wife has a good job with good insurance.
Yeah, well,
That
she's
I'm
got
on.
good insurance because she's in the
But, like,
medical profession.
Like if I needed insurance, my cheapest and best option to go for insurance because I'm a BMI songwriter is to get on BMI's group plan.
Yeah. Well,
As a
are you
BMI
part-
songwriter, I can get on their group plan, but their group plan for me, just for me, $700 a month.
And that's basic. That's not
Yeah.
even like major medical or
That's
that's
just
basic. That's go to the doctor and you still have a $50 copay when you go to the
Right.
doctor.
Yeah,
And
that's
you
more than my
still have
rent
a
here.
$50 copay when you go to get your drugs.
yeah.
On
That would be
top
it would
of
be
that,
$700 a month to get on
$1,000
BMI's group plan. That's the cheapest and best that would be available to me.
Yeah.
Insane.
And that's going. You'd have to join the guild too, right? Or are you already?
I'm a BMI songwriter.
Yeah. So you.
I don't pay anything for that. I'm just
Oh, I thought you had to
you sign up and you remember.
fees.
You sign up and you register works. You remember.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're collecting royalties and then they're paying out royalties, and I imagine they get a portion of that.
Yeah. But people who think that the U.S. and just basic healthcare is good here, and we have the health insurance. We have absolutely the worst health insurance in the world. It is literally the worst. You can't get much for it more expensive. Everyone's like, oh, why should I have to pay for it? You're not. You're paying a little bit for everybody if you're not using it. You know what else? If you do need it, you're paying a lot less because everybody else is helping pay yours too. That's what people don't get. I mean, look at Mad Monkey. The dude got his freaking leg chopped off. Plus, they're paying him, a basic monthly income because he can't work right now.
True.
If you do that in America, they'd be like, go get a job. When I broke my neck, I literally had a credit card company call me and say, go get a job. They called me in the freaking hospital.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't pay my credit card. I had, $5,000 in credit cards. How am I going to pay it? I'm in the hospital. We'll go get a job. Did you not just freaking call a hospital? Do you not understand? I got a freaking broken neck.
It's just stupid.
It's insane. And people think it's great. Everyone, there's idiots that think the U.S. healthcare system is great. The only people that think it's great have buttloads of money and don't care.
Ooh. Linear rails.
Yeah.
Big ass long linear rails, all bent and scratched, and look, you see his face. He was like, "What?"
No.
So how long is that rail?
That is probably the 650. There's a couple of 400 and 700 millimeters here. But that's probably in the
So
other box.
your final build volume is what?
I'm aiming for 600 squared or cubed. But I'll probably get a little bit over it. The build plate is 650. So
I never hit print. Sitting here whining away, and it's never.
you talk too much, Llama.
It's just rejecting it for some reason.
Yeah.
Why did it just reject that? There it goes.
650 rails.
Why is it rejecting it? It's telling me it's got an error.
Oh, here's the 700.
No job running.
Nice.
Okay. Delete everything. Delete.
Yeah.
I don't need any of these anyways. Delete.
This will be fun.
Upload key code. Here's key code. Open. And print. Estimated time. Now, Idea Maker said 3 hours and like 30 minutes. Repeteer is estimating 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Huh.
Repeteer is not very accurate in its pre-estimations.
Yeah.
It is
Then
then.
once it gets going, after like the first 5 minutes and it actually starts printing, it gets pretty close. So you'll see it recalculate. That's the one thing I do really like about it, Repeteer too, is it flashes on the screen at the bottom. Once it starts actually printing, it flashes your ETE and your ETA, and it like rolls between the two.
Well, like everyone complains about, Kira's accuracy as far as estimated time.
It's kind of
Most of the time, I'm within 5 or 10 minutes.
yeah.
on
But
most
you're not
prints
doing-
that are like,
You're not doing multi-day prints. If you
5
do a
days.
multi-day print with Kira, it's like a
The-
day off.
The dagger back there. 2 of those prints are over 2 days. One was 2.5 days. It was off by 3 hours.
It all depends on your printer setting too.
So
I mean, no slicer knows exactly how your printer's firmware is set up. It just doesn't
Right.
know. It doesn't know your accelerator. Your jerk
Kira said
setting.
that the one body piece was 2 days and 12 hours. It took 2 days and 15 hours. And when you're talking about a print that's that long, what's 3 hours?
Can you send me the link to
It's 3 more
Batcocky?
hours of failure possibilities.
Llama? Can you send me the Batcocky link?
Oh, you don't have that?
No.
He wants the
Oh.
bat cocky.
Yeah.
You want himself a back cocky. Is it this one or the other one? It's the other one.
That's nice, Michael. 2.3
Cocky all
meters.
the things. Where is it? There it is. Cocky. There it is. Cocky all the things. Cocky all the things. That's all the cocky, the whole cocky all the things folder. All the war cockies and bat cockies and Marv cockies and everything in there. That is
So-
the copy all the things folder.
Did you model that yourself?
No, that's Lexter's, and I just stretched the ears. That's actually his headphones, like the bat ears are just
Yeah.
the headphones that I stretched up.
Okay.
I did a little line around his face to make it look like a mask. I took his eyes and made him even more evil. And then I put the cape on it. Well, that's literally all I did. Why does that sound like it's not printed? Oh, it's print.
Won't be long. I'll have to start on dinner.
It's definitely wet. I can hear it popping and hissing.
We do home chef 2 days a week.
Yeah, you're saying that. How do you like that? I never found
I
one of
really
those
like
I liked.
The cost is about $8 per person.
Which isn't terrible. I mean,
No, because you're getting gourmet caliber meal.
you,
Now you got to cook it, but the cool part is you learn a lot in the process. Like I could already cook, but I've learned how to do things that are like next level now.
yeah. See, I know a lot of that because I worked in. My mother was a baker. My brother is a professional like chef, like up there chef. And I've always worked in restaurants when I was younger. I became a chef just by association over the years. I worked at a 4-star restaurant as a dishwasher. And then they had one of the cooks not show up one day and go, anyone think they can do this? So I started doing some of the desserts. And then a good friend of mine was the head chef. And he's like, wintertime, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are really slow. He's like, bring Tom in and he can do dishes and cook for us. And give him kind of half price wage in between. I worked there 10 years. I ended up being I was the most expensive dishwasher ever. I was making $19 an hour as a dishwasher back in the 80s.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But I was cooking.
like I said, I could already cook, but now I'm learning stuff that's like next level stuff.
Yeah.
Making some sauces and things that I would have never had the first clue of what went into them, and doing it all from scratch. Like, if something's like almond crusted or whatever, you're getting whole almonds and you have to chop them all up.
There's a couple things I did that I still don't even know the name of. So we made these I want to call them au gratin potatoes. They weren't. They were French something, but similar. Sliced potatoes with cheese and cream and everything in them. Oh my God! You slice them all and you layer like heavy cream and cheese. I mean, granted, we're doing sheet pans of the things, but oh my God, you bake them for like 2 hours at a really low temperature. They are so freaking tasty.
The home chef I'm doing tonight has scalloped potatoes in it, and in the bag is just a whole potato.
Yeah.
So it'll be me having to slice them all up and everything.
You don't have a mandolin, do you?
What's that?
You don't have a mandolin, do you? I don't think you.
No.
And it slices the potatoes really thin for you,
Mm-mm.
so you don't have to do it like this. You do it like this.
Manually cutting.
Yeah.
I don't even have a real like chef's knife. I'm using a fillet knife that you use to fillet fish.
Oh God, no. Dude,
To cut
go
it.
out and get yourself even a $20. I want to say Sansui knife. What are those fucking things called? Those are the best. Yeah, I like those better than my chef's knives. You can get them for like $20, and they're actually really good. I mean, most of mine are, because I learned to cook, and my brothers I've got all, German steel, really nice ones, but you definitely want one of those Japanese big, long, flat blade knives, because then you can, ride it on your knuckle and cut proper at high speeds and not take your finger off.
Yeah, I just got to be really careful right now.
You don't want to do it with one of these.
What's bad is,
Yeah, I'm gonna cut my knuckle off.
when I'm trying to do that with like when you're mincing garlic, for instance, because it's something that's small and kind of slippery.
Yeah. Well, the best way to mince garlic is not to mince it; it's just to crush it.
I'm just following the instructions on them.
Just
Recipe.
crush it. If you cut off each end of the garlic, the very tip of it, the
Mhm.
hard part, the shell will just slide. It'll slide right out of the shell, and then I take a chef's knife and just squish it, and then just break it up a little.
But this is already the
Or you can take
the individual cloves
Yeah,
when you get it out of the package.
Yep. But you just cut each end of the clove off. The shell will
Yeah.
just peel right off at that point. And then if you take a chef's knife, you just put your palm on it and squish it down, and it'll squish it out. You can do it with a spoon or a fork too, and do the same thing. It won't be quite as clean. Then you just gotta chop it up a little to break it up, because the grain will still hold. But crushing garlic's way better than trying to chop it up, because you make it stringy and it releases the flavor better or some crap.
Well, like I worked on a salad bar for over a year at a grocery store, and
Did you learn how to cut proper then?
yeah. But like, there's things you never cut lettuce. You tear lettuce, you don't cut it.
Yep.
If you cut lettuce, it will turn brown.
You cut lettuce for a sandwich if you want it shredded.
Right. But like for the salad bar,
Yes, it doesn't
You
last.
don't- you don't ever take a knife to the head of lettuce, because it will turn brown on you. And like, if you cut it and you put it out on the salad bar, in a half an hour you're out there taking it out and dumping it because it's turning brown.
Peel it off the core, or did you core it first?
What's
Do you know
that?
Do you know how to core a head of lettuce without just peeling the lettuce off?
We just always with our hands ripped everything apart.
Yeah. So you're not getting a nice clean core break. If you take a head of lettuce and you got the stem, the core,
Mhm.
and you just hold it and you slam it once on the table,
Oh,
grab
yeah.
it, put a twist, the whole core comes out perfect, and then you just have this like perfect flower of lettuce that you can just tear up.
Right.
It's all
Then you just
separated.
tear up the lettuce. Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to take that core out proper. Some people go in there with a knife, gouge it out. That's not really as good, because again, you've got the clean edge and it browns easier.
Right.
And if you just reach in there and try and grab it without slapping it first, it'll do more damage to the head. Or if you
Right.
slam it down on the countertop to get that stem up into the thing and break it free, grab it, give it a twist, and pull it out. Comes out real clean, and then it literally just peels
And
apart.
cauliflower and broccoli both suck to wash.
I don't even wash broccoli. I just throw it in the boiling water. It gets washed while it cooks.
They get little insects and worms and stuff hide down.
Yeah,
in
it's okay.
Extra
It's
protein.
just-
the...
Get gets cooked. It gets washed when you you boil it in water. Unless you're eating it, if you put it in a salad bar cold, no, you gotta wash it.
No. Yeah, we were putting it on salad bar cold. So, and you gotta wash it good because there's stuff like you peel back a little section, you see something, a little critter hiding in there.
Yeah, wheeling around in there. Yeah, it was some raid. Someone's like, my freaking broccoli tastes like raid. That would be funny. I can't feel my tongue. I hate broccoli. I can't feel my tongue.
Yeah, and it quickly became apparent to me that they only hired me on the salad bar so that I could back up and help the produce guys.
Yeah,
because they had all that like big heavy stuff to lift, and they didn't have like in their budget to hire another produce guy. So the produce guys would always come over and steal me from the salad bar to help them like unload trucks and stuff.
Yeah, that's normal. That happens whenever it's wrong.
Yeah.
Everyone helps everybody.
Because the produce department's budget was tapped out, they couldn't hire another guy, and they needed another guy.
Yeah.
So I always thought it was weird when I got because I had started off as a cashier, and then they moved me back to the salad bar,
Oh, yeah.
and then it quickly became apparent that I got moved to the salad bar to be a backup for the produce department.
That's no fun.
Oh, my knees hurt.
Because I was the only male working at the salad bar.
Nice.
I was also this was a job that I had when I was still in high school, and I was the only male, and I was the only one under the age of 50 working at the salad bar.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Need to put these puppies on. Oh crap, that hurts. Oh, that's so much better.
Getting old.
Getting.
He's already there.
That was nice. Trying to be at least.
Been there, done that.
Getting old sucks, but it sure as hell beats the alternative.
True.
You know
Because
what
the
really
only alternative not getting older is dying. So
what pisses
getting
me
old
off
sucks, but it beats the alternative.
old people that used to say to me, "You're gonna regret that in 10 years." Mothers were right. Hate them.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Bar's open. Go to work.
No. House shopping. I just got sent another house to look at.
House shopping.
It's only an acre. It's not as much land as I want.
The way things are going, you're gonna end up a house dad.
What's that?
I said the way things are going, you're gonna end up a house dad
Right.
instead of a housewife. If she's the one going to work, you're gonna be home.
I've done that before. So
Yeah.
I did that for 2 years when I was getting my associate's degree. I was house husband and full-time student.
Yeah.
I love the kitchen in this place, though.
Oh yeah, show us. Come on, hold it up the screen. Let's see.
You probably won't be able to see it. I don't know if the
It's
focus
like
on that or not.
Is that black or like a real dark brown?
It's a black, and then it's got the like gray and white granite countertops.
Cool. Granite's a real pain in the ass to take care of. You're better off with the fake granite crap. It's actually easier to keep up. It has not gotten above 69 degrees all day. It's almost chilly out. I love it. Too bad the next
Flat backyard. Got
steamy
a fire
hot.
pit built out back. They list a storage shed. I haven't seen that in the pictures yet.
Yeah, that's probably because you don't want to. It's one of them Rubbermaid ones.
No, it's little.
Yeah,
It's got a large flat backyard, so I mean I could build more back out there because it is an acre. I want more than that though.
God, an acre isn't enough property.
I'd like to have 5.
Yeah, 5's good.
5's what I'm shooting for. Because 5, you can take care of 5 in a day.
Yeah.
Like if you need to cut it and trim it and all that, you can take care of 5 in a day
Not really.
with a riding lawnmower.
5's a big ass piece of property. I mean, I really only have an acre and a third, but I actually take care of about 5, and there's no way in hell I can do it in a day.
With a rider, as long as there's not a bunch of trees
Lawn
and
that
stuff,
you
cut
can
it
just
all
ride
in a
your
day.
mower up and down. It was just like a perfect lawn with nothing on it but lawn. Yeah, you could just ride your mower back and forth.
Yeah.
Be done in half a day. I don't. But this is all woods with roots and everything. I couldn't even. Everyone's like, "Why did you get a ride mower?" It's like, why? I wouldn't be able to use it anywhere.
Right.
It's all roots and sticks and
Yeah,
twigs and
We
rocks.
went and looked at a property last what was it? It was July 3rd, so it was 4 days ago. We went and looked at a property that was 5 acres, but only about half an acre was usable land at all and had any grass on it at all. The rest was all completely wooded, completely hilly.
It's almost nice though if you do it right. That's what mine is. Mine's all woods and hills. I put it all up, but
Well, like this was so hilly and so steep you couldn't walk on it.
Oh,
You'd have to like tie yourself off to a tree with a rope to get.
That's not bad either.
It was like this.
oh man.
I'm like, and they're like, but it's 5 acres, and I'm like, yeah, it's 5 acres, and half an acre is usable, and most of that's covered with house.
No good.
You'll have to walk you around my property someday.
Like, the front yard was the only part with any grass on it, and the front yard you would mow in 3 passes of the mower.
yeah, because I'm
And that was
literally
it.
right now. We have a big pit out front that used to be back when my great grandfather owned the property. He used to lease the property out to the state when they were building highways. This is all sand, surrounded by a swamp. So the state used to come dig sand out for the roads. So there's literally like a trench that's 60, 70 feet deep in some areas right at the edge of my driveway. My driveway goes up the hill, and then the trench is next to it. We've been filling it with brush and
I
twigs.
just got a delivery. I'm gonna go see what I got delivered.
I'm filling it in with wood chips now.
Nice.
Be right back.
Oh, come on. New pie case.
Pie case?
Yeah,
A case of pie?
case of pie. That would be nice now.
I am
Old
printing
one.
PU Tanner tire.
Yeah,
That sounded funny. PU Tanner tire.
new one. Yeah.
It looks pretty good, actually. Although, like you see, it's taking longer just because it's so small and jerky. It never gets up to speed.
Oh yeah.
And it is a tiny little tire. I should scale it up and make it so I can put it on my RC card.
Yeah. Why not?
Or just make one from scratch myself. Not orange. Nope, not orange. Red. I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Can you entertain these guys for a couple of minutes?
Yeah, I'm really entertaining, I know. So
Well, I literally have to go to the bathroom really badly.
Yeah. no problem.
I gotta pee and other issues.
Yeah.
I have to check this first because is my brother coming down tomorrow or not? Doesn't look like he is. Bad cocky.
35E, I think. It's been a while since I bought it. No, 3 Model B. Version 1.2. So yeah. It's a while.
Just kill the stream. It's freaking 3:30 already. Can't believe it's 3:30 already. Feels like it's like 9 o'clock in the morning. I've been up. I don't know. Time did you go to work this morning, Dan?
I think
was
it
like-
was
Just up
Like
making coffee. I signed on to your stream. He was already on the road.
yeah, I haven't
Right.
seen that yet, but I saw the notification. Howdy.
I'm back.
Yeah. So, did you get printer parts?
No, it was
Oh.
a delivery for my father-in-law.
Oh yeah.
Had my name on the box, so I got excited. Opened the box, and it was catheter supplies.
Yeah, not that exciting.
Not exciting. Not for me.
No. Come on.
Had to take him to the doctor yesterday, and then had to take him back for blood work today.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Now we're
fucking-
waiting for all the referrals that they had to do. So he's got like a urologist and a blood doctor and a heart specialist all supposed to
Yeah.
be contacting us for appointments.
Yeah. Hope it doesn't take too long. It sucks waiting for the stuff like that.
Yeah, well, and especially since right now all the specialists and stuff are like all backlogged because of the whole COVID thing.
Yeah. I've seen that before here too. They're backlogged for 8 to 9 months on some
Yeah.
things.
You know, and he's 80 years old. He has cancer. He can't wait long.
Yeah,
For anything.
exactly. No. True. Yeah, crossing my fingers that won't take long.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Never let the machines win.
Yeah.
Vikings going to be entering into a war with a machine shortly.
Yeah, I'm actually worrying a bit with this now.
It won't be a battle. It will be a war. There
Yeah.
will be many battles fought.
It will take time. It's a pretty big project. I need to design all the brackets for it. So, but that's going to be fun. And I actually found a cheap space mouse, like on a 3D connection space mouse here. Finally.
Mouse.
Yeah. So it's in the post office. But when I saw that, the post office was closed. So tomorrow, and then I'll ship out the stickers I promised people to. Finally, yeah. No, I'm slow.
I guess I should go get my recipe cards and look them over and see which one I'm going to tackle tonight.
Yeah.
'Cause I get 2 a week, and I don't even know. I just took the stuff out of the box and stuck it in the fridge. I didn't even look at the cards
Yeah.
to see what I got this week.
Exciting then.
Yeah, be right back.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Mhm. There. Yes. Woo!
Who's it? Oh,
Hmm? What?
can't do that.
This need to go. That
Mm.
Space Mouse and the Dragon Train. Look at the price. Now only 12 cents.
Yeah.
That is old. What year is it? What did that say down there? 1963 or 1962?
I can see on my screen.
If you look at the very bottom, it says it Walter Lance Productions Inc. 1960.
Yeah, I can't make that out either.
Too low resolution.
That's even
1080p is
more
needed.
my time.
Looks good.
So here's my 2 recipes to choose from today.
Was that salmon or chicken on the bottom?
Chicken,
What's the one on the top?
steak.
Steak or chicken? Freaking steak.
Well, I mean, whichever one I don't make today, I make tomorrow. So,
Steak. Steak.
I like chicken.
so I have my choices are rosemary crusted steak and red wine demi with bacon, scallop, potatoes, and broccoli.
That sounded good though.
Okay. You can keep the broccoli, but other than that,
And it
it's all right.
says
I love broccoli.
50 to 60 minutes prep and cook time.
Broccoli is not food. Broccoli is what food eats.
No, it's food.
Broccoli is amazing. I love broccoli.
Yeah,
Broccoli
And
is what
cauliflower.
food eats.
broccoli and cauliflower. Yeah, 2 of my
Yeah.
favorites.
Bad.
But
It's nasty.
but like most of the vegetables people hate,
Food
most of
eats
the vegetables people hate, it's all about how you cook it.
No,
Yeah.
broccoli's nasty. Can't even stand the smell of it.
And then the other option is truffle chicken with goat cheese and bacon smothered green beans.
Well, can't have that either. I can't even eat that.
I would gladly eat both.
I'm allergic to mushrooms, so I can't eat truffles.
Oh,
And this one says it's only a 15-minute prep and cook time.
For what? The chicken?
Yeah,
Steak.
15-minute prep and cook time, and then the steak is a 50 to 60 minute, so about an hour.
Steak. Beef is good.
Let's see what part of this is the time-consuming part.
Cooking the steak. I'm assuming it's a baked steak if it's a rosemary crusted something. You bake it, you don't actually pan fry it. Or cook it on a grill.
No, you're putting the steaks in a skillet with olive oil.
You leaving it in the skillet or you putting it in a cast iron skillet and then putting it in the oven?
I put it in the cast iron skillet.
Yeah, I know. Keep reading because it may say just sear it and then put it in the oven.
Yeah, like the trick with cast iron cooking steaks is you preheat your oven to like 500 degrees.
Yeah.
You sear it on both sides. You stick it in the oven for like 4 minutes, and it's done.
Yep.
A mixing bowl combine panko, rosemary, and olive oil. Place a medium nonstick pan over medium-high heat. I'll use a cast iron instead.
Yep. Good choice.
Sear undisturbed until brown, 2 to 3 minutes per side. Cast iron won't take 2 to 3 minutes per side. It'll take like a minute and a half per side.
Well, it depends on how well done you want it, but yeah.
Transfer steaks to empty space on baking sheet. Top steaks with panko mixture. Pressing gently to adhere. Roast in hot oven for 10 to 12 minutes. Rest steaks for minimum of 3 minutes. While steaks rest, make sauce. It looks like most of the prep work is in. Oh, okay. Most of the time comes from the potatoes. Because the potatoes have got to bake in the oven for 25 minutes.
oh yeah.
Yeah, it'll do it. That's not a big deal, though. You just kind of wash them, poke them with a fork, and throw them in the oven. Unless they want you to soak them in something or something.
Peel and slice potatoes into thin rounds.
Oh,
Place over medium-high heat in nonstick pan with a pinch of salt and
oh
pepper.
you're making like El Gratin potatoes kind of thing.
Yeah.
Huh?
Stir until lightly brown, 3 to 4 minutes. Stir in cream cheese, bacon, and half a cup of water. Bring to simmer. Once simmering, reduce heat to medium. Stir occasionally until potatoes start to soften, 3 to 4 minutes. Remove from burner. Transfer potato mixture to casserole dish. Top with mozzarella. Bake until bubbling for
Once
20 to
again,
25 minutes.
Deep dish like cast iron pan, you just do it all in a cast iron pan, just leave it in there. You have a deep side cast iron?
This is just one of those Lodge.
Yeah. You just have a regular everyday frying pan, cast iron frying pan.
The Lodge cast iron skillet that you can buy at Walmart.
Yep.
I've had it for.
Deep wall, you can do like the potatoes in it, and you just leave them in it after you do your oven. For the stovetop, you just put it right in the oven in the cast iron pan.
Yeah, I've had my Lodge skillet for now about 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
I want to buy more cast iron stuff, but since we're getting ready to move, I'm not buying anything that heavy to have to move.
Nope, don't blame me.
Yeah.
But I stopped using them because I went to the glass tops over the gas.
Yeah.
You don't want to put cast iron on a glass top. That's just a really, really bad thing to do.
Yeah, cast iron's heavy.
Yeah, well, it'll fuck up the glass top too. You want either stainless steel or copper on a glass top. What the hell are you doing there, Thomas?
It's a bit
Tight,
tight.
pot.
Yeah, it's a bit tight. So try to fix it.
You don't have a little freaking deburring tool?
No.
You need to
No
get one.
deburring.
It's inexpensive, and they work way better than a knife. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the deburring tool. It's not perfect. There's areas you still can't use it, but not many.
Yeah, I need to get one of those.
Yeah, these things. This is amazing.
Yeah,
It will change your life.
Yeah.
They make cleaning up 3D prints like a 1 minute job. Literally, you just run that thing around the freaking edge of it, and you're done.
Sweet.
Well, like all the wheels and stuff that I print, I'll take and waller out that hole the axle is going to go into, just the end of it, and allows the axle to slide in to get started really easy. Because otherwise, it's hard to start the axle into the wheel because the axle is actually wider at the tip than the opening of the wheel.
Yeah.
But if you waller out that hole a little bit, then it'll allow you to kind of force it in there, and it'll squish it down in the spot that it's cut open and designed to squish.
I love them for screw holes and stuff too. Sometimes the screws just a little too tight. You just, and it's like perfect. Give it one quick spin. That thing is
And then if you over squish your print and you get a little elephant's foot, you take your elephant's foot off real easy.
Yeah, that's really nice. Rid of that.
I need more TPU. I don't know what's out.
No fire today, Andrew.
And I don't use the flush cutters or little pliers or anything that come with like 3D printers and crap.
Yeah.
It's worth the investment to go buy good ones.
Yeah, I just use these. I use side cutters. They're old everyday dykes.
I still use the flush cutters.
I got a whole mini set with needle pliers and a flat
Where are my
plier
good ones?
for like $10. They work beautifully.
My good ones are over here somewhere. But like comparing the ones that come with 3D printers to the quality of like the spring in the handles of the real
That's Creality one.
quality. So yeah, these are
Yeah, I broke mine.
they're flimsy and you can feel the difference in
Yeah.
the weight of the tool and the strength of the
Motion of it, the whole spring and the bearing and the hinge and everything is just far superior on a real one.
Yeah.
My good ones are around here somewhere because I got these in a set. The little needle nose pliers came with flush cutters. They're Crescent brand.
Yeah. Looks decent.
Crescent used to be good. I ain't gone downhill since who bought them? Either Stanley or Black & Decker or somebody bought them.
Yeah.
think it was Stanley bought Crescent.
These were at Home Depot, and I think it was like $12 for the set.
Yeah.
That's cheap.
Everybody's getting their Home Depot freaking versions now.
Yeah,
Cub Cadet, man. Cub Cadet used to be a really good like lawnmower tractor. Now they have Cub Cadet and they have Home Depot Cub Cadet. And Home Depot Cub Cadet is not the same as going to a regular Cub Cadet dealer. It's a different, altogether freaking unit.
Yeah, Mike. He says the meal plan places seem expensive up there. I don't know what they are up there. Down here, delivered to my door, it's the Home Chef is $8 a person for the most meals.
It's not cheap, but that's not outrageous either. When you think you're getting everything for the meal,
Right.
But
I couldn't go buy 4 value meals at McDonald's
yeah, no,
and spend less money, and I'm getting much better food.
Yeah. Food quality.
I mean, McDonald's anymore, their value meals for they're $8.
Wow, the thing's popping and hissing over there pretty harshly.
Wasn't I just asking about how hydroscopic TPU is?
Yeah, it's a little wet.
And you're like, that's not bad.
It's not. It dries out really fast. Like, really fast. Like, I can leave it in my box for like a day and it'll stop. And it doesn't, it's weird. When it pops and hisses like this, it's not like PLA and PETG. You won't see like marks in the print. It's weird.
Yeah.
It just makes funny noises.
Yeah, we did our research on the home meal plan things. And we looked at probably 5 or 6 different companies. This one we liked because it may not have been the cheapest, but it was the one that seemed to offer not only phenomenal quality, but you learned along the way. You would learn how to do things you didn't know how to do. See, there were some of them that the quality seemed pretty good, but you're not going to learn anything. You're literally just taking it out the package and putting it in the oven and taking it out when they tell you to. You learn nothing.
Yeah.
While this, I'm learning how to make this stuff from scratch myself, where we could discontinue Home Chef, and I've still got all the recipe cards. I could just go to the store and buy all the stuff on the recipe card with the instructions and make it again from scratch.
Well, my brother actually started doing. He was doing those because he's busy and he's like a freaking electronics engineer and drives, and his wife's a freaking lawyer, so they got weird hours. So they were doing those for a long time and doing them pretty much 5 days a week. And they're down to like 1 day a week now, and it's just to try something new, and that's just what they do. They've kept all their little recipes, and they just go to the store and buy the crap now.
Yeah, because with every one, you get a nice little recipe card that's 3-hole punched, ready to go into a binder.
What you need, and
Sweet.
And so you've got the list of all the ingredients and the quantities of the ingredients you need, if it'll focus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true, Mike. I still live by myself, so there's no options for me.
He just drinks blood anyway, so.
Like this one will be fun because it says difficulty level expert.
Ooh.
So this one will be more difficult than some of the others.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really. Just
But
cooking.
right. But yeah, all I would have to do is go to the store and buy all the stuff in the quantities that it says right here, and I could reproduce this again without ordering it from Home Chef. I've got the recipe, and it'll be in my binder after I cook it this week.
Yeah.
A Home Chef, the way it comes packed, it could sit out on my porch all day.
Yeah, it comes back dry ice.
No, this comes packed and with regular ice packs.
All right.
but it's in a
Cool.
it's not really a cooler. It's a like insulated, like thick
Box.
felt stuff
Yeah, it's
that,
cool.
that they wrap around it, and it makes it a cooler in the cardboard box.
Yeah, you keep that crap to use as a cooler later.
I've got stacks of it out in the garage.
That's the only problem I see with those things is all the waste from the
All the
packaging.
waste, yeah. There is wasted packaging for sure.
I really wish they'd start doing clean it out. Like they made it like a Tupperware tub inside the insulation. And like when you drop one off, they pick the other one up and take the old box back. That would
Yeah,
make
this
me
comes
happy.
this comes to my door via FedEx.
No, I know, but I mean, they could literally do after you make your meal, you take your box, you wipe out. They use the Tupperware thingy on the side. You wipe it out, you seal the box back out, you leave it out there. And when the next one comes, the FedEx guy picks up the old box, drops off the new one, picks up the old one,
Yeah,
and ships it
no,
back.
they don't reuse anything. You don't send anything back.
No, I know. I'm just saying that would make it more, feasible to me. I don't want all them fucking boxes.
But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's $8 a person. It's not bad. Like I said, I couldn't go to McDonald's and feed my family for that, and then I'd be feeding them crap and spending just as much money.
Yep. No, I don't. I'm not a big McDonald's. I shouldn't say that. I love my McDonald's like twice a year. I'll up in there and do myself freaking serious diarrhea for the next 24 to 48 hours. But
Occasionally, I get a craving for their cheap, just plain old cheeseburger.
yep,
The one that's just like $1.29 or whatever.
yep, and the little pack of French fries and a milkshake, and I'm good.
Yeah.
But I do like 2-3 times a year.
Occasionally, I'll just go through their drive-through and I'll get like 2 of their just plain cheeseburgers and a soda, and that's it. And I don't need any fries. I don't need anything. Just a couple of their little cheeseburgers, and then it'll satisfy that craving for 6 months.
Yep, me too. Just the plain.
I no longer, because of the amount of pain that it causes, ever get cravings for White Castle. I will eat a gas station burrito before I'll eat a White Castle.
A White Castle makes me. Oh my god, I've had it twice in my life, and I was in misery for freaking days after.
It literally makes me sick,
Yeah,
and I mean almost immediately.
They don't even taste good. They taste like crap to me.
Right? It doesn't taste good, and within an hour, I'm in pain.
Yeah,
Physical pain.
tastes
That
good.
sucks.
And I'm like, no, this is awful. This is terrible. I don't know if it's the amount of onion that they cook everything with or what.
I don't know either, but it does the same thing to me, dude. It gives me a gut ache like almost immediately.
Yeah, no White Castle or Crystal burger will ever cross my lips again
No
because they're
desire.
the same basic thing.
Yeah,
I know they're different companies, but it's basically the same thing.
crap burger.
Now, some of their breakfast sandwiches are okay. Their breakfast sandwiches aren't as devastating to your intestines.
If you ever need to freaking have a colostomy, go to White Castle. Flush yourself out.
Yeah, it's painful and awful, and everybody in your immediate proximity will pay for it.
Oh, I end up like in bed. I can't move after White
You will
Castle.
run everybody out the house.
I have to like wait until I'm sick to my stomach, like I got the flu, like sick when I eat White Castle. Both times within an hour, I'm laid out for 24 hours.
So yeah, when I get like a just cheap crappy cheeseburger craving, it's the cheap crappy cheeseburgers from McDonald's. It's not there's no White Castle, no Crystal.
Every once in a while, I'll do a Burger King.
Well, but see, to me, Burger King doesn't seem like a cheap crappy burger. Even their cheap crappy burger tastes more upscale than.
Yeah,
And it's that flame broiled taste.
yeah, that flame broiled after they microwaved it taste. Yep.
Yeah.
They microwave it still. They just throw it on a flame for a second to give it the little runs. So that Kentucky Fried Chicken too. I do the same
Like-
thing. Every once in a while, I get a craving
Like Sonic.
for chicken, man.
Sonic cooks frozen patties, and they stick them in water. And then when you order a hamburger, they pull a frozen patty that they pre-cooked and tossed in water. They take it out the water, stick it in the microwave, warm it up, slap it on the bun, and send it out to you.
No.
No.
There's no Sonics around here. Closest Sonic.
Oh, you guys don't have Sonics up there?
No Sonics. We used to have Wendy's all over the place. They were halfway decent at least. They're all gone. Five Guys burgers, there was 2 or 3 of them around here. They're all gone in the last year.
Five Guys to me is just so overpriced for what it is.
It wasn't
Massively
that
overpriced.
bad. It was overpriced, but it wasn't that bad. I
Um,
could even go in there no more than like McDonald's now. You go to McDonald's, you get a burger.
I can't walk out of a Five Guys without spending like $13-14.
Yeah, well, McDonald's is 10. I'll pay the extra $3 to get the real burger. I like Five Guys. I like their French fries. All greasy and slimy.
And see, I'm like, I can make a better burger than this at home, cheaper,
Yep.
and almost as fast.
Yep. Then all of them put together.
Right. All the amount of time it takes, all the time involved is just me pretty much heating up the skillet.
Yeah, I put it on the grill. Yeah.
Heat up the cast iron skillet with a couple drops of olive oil.
I put it on there. I cook on my gas grill like hamburgers and chicken. I put it on the gas grill even in the middle of the winter. I'll go and brush snow off the freaking thing.
No, I don't have a gas grill. I have a charcoal grill, and that takes too long.
That takes too long. I prefer charcoal grill. Like I have one. It's out back. I use it like twice a year when I have like a party or something because it's too long and too much of a headache. Gas grill's like instant.
There's too much mess to clean, too much time involved, and too much mess to clean up.
Yep. Now the mess isn't a big deal for
To
me
do it often.
because I literally just let it cool down and then I dump it in the compost pile. I literally just pick it upside down and dump it.
Yeah.
All the ash in the compost. Yeah, every once in a while I get a craving for.
But if I'm going to barbecue, it's charcoal or nothing.
There's no Kentucky Fried Chickens around here anymore either. They're all gone. It's like McDonald's, Burger King, and that's about it.
Oh, see, we got it all here. We got,
We did. It's all gone. There used to be like 5 KFCs within 5 minutes of me.
the
all
the
gone.
scarcest of the fast food restaurants here is Jack in the Box.
Oh God, I hated Jack in the Box.
The nearest Jack in the
Oh,
Box to me
Jack in the
is
Box.
almost half an hour a drive.
I never understood Popeyes either. It's slimy, nasty. It's like stale chicken. Freshly cooked stale chicken. Ugh.
See,
good.
I'm okay with Popeyes, but if I was choosing, I'd rather have Zaxby's, and we have Zaxby's here.
Yeah, I've never even heard of Zaxby's. Popeyes is
Me neither.
disgusting. I'll take
I don't know if Zaxby's is a South thing or what.
Oh, you know what's really good? If you got a KFC, they make a pot pie.
Yes,
Not kidding. That is to die for. It is actually like a really good homemade.
their pot pie tastes like you're at a sit down restaurant,
Yeah, like I made it myself.
and it's like $5.
yeah, it's exactly it's $4.99.
Yeah, it's $5, and it tastes as good a quality as like a sit down restaurant meal. It's really good. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I love their pot pies.
The crust that they lay over the top of it, because it's not a full crust, they just lay a
one over the top.
disc over the top of it, is like so light and flaky and good.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Just puff pastry. It's just butter top puff pastry. But oh my God, no, I will take freaking. I'll take KFC's pot pies over Cracker Barrel any day. Seriously, their pot
Okay,
pies.
Zaxby's was founded in 1990 in Statesboro, Georgia, so it's probably a Southern thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too, Mike.
Well, you know what? I found out something that I thought was funny, and I don't even remember. It was on like some ad fact base. Did you know one of those? Did you know things that they do in the middle of like ads? They like have a segment that an ad didn't get paid for. Colonel Sanders lived in Canada.
Really?
Yeah, he was born in like Georgia or Virginia, but after KFC got popular and he sold it as a chain, he moved to Canada.
He was born. He was born in Henryville, Indiana.
Yeah, whatever, somewhere down south. But when he hit like 30 or 35 and he basically sold the chain, I mean, he was still part of it. He was still the president, but it went public or whatever. He moved to Canada.
Yeah, he was born in Henryville, Indiana, and died in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah, and he said he freaking was born in or lived in Canada. I was like, really?
Harlan David Sanders.
He's a goofy dude. I remember him still being alive.
Well, I mean, yeah, he died in 1980.
The year I was born.
I was 3.
You're looking good. You were what, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are such pups. I feel so old.
You are.
I was gonna say I have nieces and nephews older than you guys. I do. Let's see, my oldest niece just turned. God, I think she'll be 40 next year.
Oh, a year younger than me.
Looking at his bio, all of his early life stuff was in Indiana.
Yeah. They said it was after. It was one of those, 10-second did you know things that was on the news or something.
And he left home at the age of 13.
Yep.
Left home at the age of 13 and took a job painting horse carriages in Indianapolis.
He started the company, and when it went, when he sold it, he didn't sell it. He just made it publicly traded instead of privately owned. He moved to Canada.
This dude had a crazy life, man.
Like they said, lived in
He
Ontario.
falsified his date of birth and enlisted in the Army in 1906. Then he worked on the railroad for a while. Then he became a lawyer.
That explains the freaking tie. He always had those, what do you call them, ties? It's just a rope.
Then he established a ferry boat company. This dude did everything. Jeez. And then he ran a service station.
Yeah, from 65 to 1980, Ontario, yeah. I just thought that was weird that, Colonel Sanders moved to Canada. Probably wanted health care.
Probably.
After eating all that damn chicken, he wanted some health care.
Oh, wow. In 1939, food critic Duncan Hines visited Sanders' restaurant and included it in Adventures in Good Eating. I didn't know Duncan Hines was a food critic, real person. Just thought it was the name of a company. I figured it was probably 2 different people's last names, not a
I always thought it
person's
was
first and last name.
Yep, I thought it was two people's last names, blended
Yeah,
together.
I figured two people started the company and their last names were probably Duncan and Heinz. No, Duncan Heinz was the name of a food critic in 1939.
Oh, Duncan Hines makes more than just cake mix. They make
Learning all sorts of stuff today.
It's like Bayer. People don't realize that Bayer isn't a medical company. Bayer is actually a chemical company.
Yeah.
Like Bayer aspirin. Everyone, because of Bayer aspirin, everyone always thought Bayer was a medical company. Bayer's a chemical company. They just make aspirin. They're up there like Dow and DuPont.
Dow Chemical. Yeah, Dow Chemical was a partner for a while with Marion Laboratories out of Kansas City. And Marion Laboratories, they merged with Merrill and Dow. They became Marion Merrill Dow. And then Dow was not a good company to be attached to. And so
Dow was really
yeah.
you know why everyone still thinks they're so great. Dow was freaking bad.
So then Marion got out of that deal and ended up partnered with Herbst and Roussel. So it was Herbst, Marion, Roussel. And then they merged with Rohn Poulenc Rohrer, and thankfully, instead of calling themselves Herbst, Marion, Rohn Poulenc Rohrer, Roussel, which almost happened, they renamed the company to Aventis.
That's probably it there.
And they make Allegra, is the thing you'll most know them for. They also make Cardizem, which is one of the most used heart medications.
Did I ever tell you about my friend named Corey, who was one of the lead chemists on making the boner pills there? What do you call it?
Viagra?
Viagra. Guess what his last name is? Stiff. Corey Stiff.
Mm-hmm.
Boner pills. He was actually just an analyst. Like, he's one of those guys that they design something, then they send it to him, and he feeds it to like 18 different biodegradable whatevers to check and see what the chemical reaction is, and stomach acid in your blood, and he's a tester. He's not a. He tries to find all the evil crap it can do he's basically the side effects guy. He's the one that figures out all that crap they say are side effects during the drug commercials. But yeah, his name's Corey Stiff. He just left Pfizer's. He went, I don't know, somewhere else. Somewhere up in Hartford, offering him a buttload of money to leave.
So Viking, how do you say that the strongman's name that played the mountain on?
Oh, I need to check that again. I can't remember.
Because I look at it, it just looks like a jumbled mess to me. His name.
Oh, from Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, half the people that show I can't pronounce their names.
He's from Iceland, so it's not the same language I talk or speak, but and they use some letters we don't use here, but something like Halfbjord, Julius Björnsson.
Okay. Because they list him among people that have portrayed Colonel Sanders in television commercials.
Oh yeah.
So the mountain has been Colonel Sanders.
A couple of years they've been using everybody.
Yeah.
I don't get the whole idea behind it.
Well, the one that cracked me up was Reba McEntire.
Yep.
Like,
And
Reba
then
McEntire's
Ricardo Montebello or whatever his name is did it.
dude.
That does. He's got that Puerto Rican accent or whatever it is. Mexican, Puerto Rican, whatever he is. Actually, I think he's Italian or something. But I died laughing when I saw that one. I think that was the whole point. Who else did it? Oh, comedian there had his own show. Now he does the Price is Right or whatever. He did it for a while too.
Norm Macdonald has done it. Rob Riggle has done it.
Yeah.
George Hamilton, Jim Gaffigan.
Jim Gaffigan, I remember him doing it. He kind of got out.
Billy Zane.
Yeah, Jim Carrey did it.
Peter Weller portrayed a RoboCop version of Colonel Sanders.
RoboCop version of Colonel Sanders. There you
Yeah.
go. That's just what we need.
Sean
I
Astin.
take, RoboCocky, don't I? How am I going to do RoboCocky?
A RoboCocky.
Beard sticking out of his mask. You know, it's got the chin plate. What are we going to do with the beard? You either got to hide the chin plate or you got to hide the beard. You can't really have the beard coming out of the chin plate.
Sure you can.
No, you really can't.
Still beard though.
Come out underneath it, maybe.
Yeah.
You could do the helmetless RoboCop and put Warcocky's head on it, because when RoboCop was helmetless, he often didn't have the chin plate.
Yeah, but the helmet is like, that would be the whole RoboCop thing, is the helmet with a Warcocky. How else am I going to do a RoboCop Warcocky? You know what I could do is the mech that was in RoboCop, make that a Warcocky. Remember the mech at the end of the first one that
Yeah.
Ed 209.
That's the one.
Yeah, RoboCop take out Mech Cocky. Mech Cocky. Gotta do it now. A bearded freaking mech. Mech Cocky. Cocky all the things. How far along does it say your little tire is? It's cleaned up. It's not popping anymore. It's only 29% done. So I guess I'm down far enough in the roll that it ain't soaked no more. I don't see any pop marks or anything in it. And it's buzzing along. I mean, I got it actually printing pretty fast, even for, especially for TPU.
Looks like it's going to rain here again. It has rained like the last 4 or 5 days in a row.
Yeah, we had that.
Yeah, the weather hasn't been.
I need to cut my backyard, but my mower won't go through it if the grass is wet.
Yeah, but how do you do a ghost Warcocky? I mean,
Yeah.
But
Okay.
the comedy for what he's calling it there writes itself.
Does.
Boo Cocky. Then I'd have
That's
to
it.
do a car.
No,
No.
I guess that depends on how well versed you are on your porn.
Yep.
No, I'm not.
And that's what would make it so funny, and Chris would totally jump on board with it.
Oh yeah, he would love that.
He would love that.
Mhm.
No.
So then you need to remix it with a Super Mario Brothers Boo model.
That would work.
That's what you do. So you're just putting Warcocky's dome and face on a Boo.
Mike doesn't want to see that.
No. I don't see it happening anytime soon. I could probably stick it on a Boo from Pac-Man. Those little ghosts were called Boos, weren't they?
They each had names.
Yeah.
Inky and Blinky and
You know, but they were, I think they're, as a group, they were called Boos, weren't they? Or just ghosts. Might have just been ghosts.
I think they were just ghosts. But they each had names.
Yeah. Blinky
Inky,
and
Blinky, Pinky.
Blue and whatever. They were
I don't
basically
know.
based on their color. Oh, and Clyde. There you go. Inky, Blinks, Pinky, and Clyde.
Yeah, that's right.
Blinky, whatever.
And I only paid attention to it because watching the cartoon when I was a kid.
There was a cartoon.
Yes, there was a Pac-Man cartoon,
I never saw the Pac-Man cartoon.
and it was not good. But it was on Saturday mornings, and it beat,
I miss the
not watching cartoons.
Saturday morning cartoons. They really need to bring that back. That was all like crap.
I think it may be part of what's wrong with children today.
Yeah,
Possibly.
no cartoons. They need cartoons.
Because,
Funny and Roadrunner.
well, seriously, it kept us getting up early even on the weekends as children. You would get up early on Saturday morning
Yep, just to watch cartoons.
to watch cartoons. Nowadays, kids sleep till noon on Saturdays.
And you understood sarcasm.
Right.
Instead of whining and crying because some.
I would get up. I would get up at like 4:00 in the morning on Saturday
I
mornings.
wouldn't get up that early, but I was usually up by 6 or 7.
4:00 in the morning, you would watch like an hour of the Three Stooges, and then there'd be like an hour of Popeye, and then it would get into the more mainstream, regular Saturday morning.
Roadrunners. See, I loved it because we used to have Deputy Dog before you went to school in the morning. It was a weekday cartoon, and it came on at for an hour, the Deputy Dog show, and I think it was like 6:30 to 7:30. And when it ended, I knew I had to go down to the end of the driveway for the bus.
I knew it was time for me to walk out the door to walk to school when now they rotated some different shows through. But my childhood, the last show I would get to watch before going to school for a while was Transor Z and then Robotech.
Never heard of.
Transor Z is what they called it here in the States. In Japan, it's Mazinger Z.
Well past my prime. There's a monster in the creek mud. Muskrat and the gopher, the blind gopher, I can't remember his name. Deputy Dog.
Mazinger Z dates back to 1972.
Never heard of it. Never watched it.
Yeah, 1972 was when Mazinger Z came out.
That was a Bugs Bunny, Roadrunner, Mickey Mouse kind of guy.
But yeah, they did Mazinger Z, and then when that series ran its course, they started playing the whole Macross saga, all 3 seasons. But there were some episodes that never got aired in the United States, and I've since went back and watched those.
There's nothing better than Bugs Bunny opera.
Oh, I believe we also had during one of those runs of Japanese cartoons that came to the States, they did Speed Racer for a while too.
I remember Speed Racer.
But yeah, it was the last cartoon that would run before I had to walk out the door and go to school on the weekdays in the mornings was a Japanese cartoon that had been brought to the States.
Never saw any of those.
And I believe it followed up Transformers.
Yeah, Transformers I hated.
And they knew what they were doing there, because then, those properties usually kind of tied in close enough to make kids that like Transformers would stick around to watch Robotech.
I was definitely a Bugs Bunny, Roadrunner, Mickey Mouse kind of guy.
And then the afternoons we had cartoons after school.
An Elk Bong. Yeah, we used to have cartoons after school on a couple of
Like the Disney afternoons were awesome. Shows like DuckTales and Tailspin and
we had DuckTales. DuckTales was around when I was a kid.
DuckTales, Tailspin, Gummy Bears.
No Gummy Bears.
which the gummy bears weren't very good.
Didn't watch them. I did like it's little. I was actually in my 20s, I think, when it came out. But the Animaniacs, I always thought was pretty funny.
Yeah, and then Gargoyles was on the Disney afternoon.
Yep, Gargoyles came out when I was like high school, college area.
Yeah, Gargoyles was good. It was good. It was kind of
my neck broken.
It was kind of aimed at the tween market.
Yep, it wasn't a bad cartoon. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad.
So it was kind of targeted at kids like 12 through 15.
Well, anyway, I think I'm gonna go take a nap for an hour. It's already 4:00. Holy crap!
Yeah, I need to get to the store before it closes too. So.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to the pharmacy, but I don't see it happening.
Now, see, Spider-Man cartoons, I go back to in my early childhood, Spider-Man and Friends.
Yep. We had Spider-Man too and all
with
those.
Iceman and Firestar.
I had the original Batman. Bow!
Yeah,
Crap.
with Adam West.
Boom!
Bam.
Yeah, I like that as a kid.
That was great.
I love when they occasionally will do things to
Flash
like
Gordon.
harken back to that. Like when the Batman and Robin movie, that was such an awful movie.
Yeah, it was.
Chris O'Donnell was Robin.
Yeah,
And there was the one spot in the movie where he was, "Holy rusted metal, Batman!" And Batman turns around and goes, "Huh?" He said, "The island, it's made of metal. It's rusty. It's full of holes."
Yep, the good old Batman movies. And I used to love the old '60s Buck Rogers too. Even as a kid, I'd make fun of it because you'd see like the rocket, you'd see the string holding the rocket up, and it's like bouncing, and then the flame comes out of it, and it's like a candle. It like curls up. And even as a kid, I was like, "That ain't how a rocket engine works." Buck Rogers. Then you had Buck Rogers in the 21st century with that little dweeby robot. Beady 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 beady.
Tweaky.
Yeah, that was the name of it.
Yeah.
The chick was hot in it though. That's the only reason I used to watch it.
And then shows like, $6 Million Man.
Oh God, they were all. I love $6 Million Man. $6 Million
Incredible.
Man came out after that.
Dukes of Hazzard. I don't care if they have a Confederate flag on top of the car. Dukes of Hazzard was childhood must for me.
Yeah, you could paint over the freaking Confederate flag and it would still be a great show.
Right.
And the Confederate flag was just a thing back then.
It was just because the car was named the General Lee.
Yeah. But you'll never see that again.
No. Although the most prominent one is in a museum, they said they will not remove the car from the from the museum.
Yeah. Stuff like museums, I get some of these like pulling down the statues and stuff. Now, the ones I don't get are like Christopher Columbus. I'm sorry, he did some stupid things, but that's not why he's there.
There was a group that pulled down a statue of Abraham Lincoln. I'm like, he's the guy who abolished slavery. Why are you pulling down his statue? Are you mental?
I don't
know your history before you destroy something.
Yeah.
Ignorance.
I mean, I get pulling down some of these Southern generals and stuff, war guys from the Civil War, the war over slavery. These were guys on the bad side of slavery.
Yeah.
That's
they were on the wrong side of history.
Christopher Columbus is not famous for torturing natives. Yes, he did some bad things, but that's not what he's famous for.
Right.
These generals they're tearing down, in the centers of places, are famous for being in a war fighting to keep slavery. That makes sense.
Yeah, Michael Cassell, I remember watching Knight Rider even when it started getting
Knight Rider
really hokey.
That
when
Airwolf,
when Kit could turn into a convertible at the push of a button.
yeah.
I'm
I
like,
liked Airwolf a lot. Airwolf was like,
Yeah, that was
when,
fun.
when Kit could turn into a convertible at the push of a button, I'm like, that's a hatchback car. You can't turn a hatchback into a convertible. That big piece of glass has to go somewhere.
I can still remember that stupid intro with the blinking lights. Because I'll never forget that it was the Cylons. It had that Cylon look, the light going back and forth. Everyone was like, oh, the Cylons in the car. It's going to kill somebody. We were all waiting for like the Cylons to come in when it first came out. That.
Well, and let's not forget the most epic part of Knight Rider was the predecessor to Kit, Car, voiced by Peter Cullen.
I don't even remember.
Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime.
Not a clue. I'm not a big Transformers guy, so.
Peter Cullen, the voice of many, like, massive properties.
I've watched the movies.
I mean, he's most known for Optimus Prime, but Peter Cullen's voice has been one of the most iconic voice actors in history.
Transformers are not that big a deal to me. I watch the movies. The movies are entertaining. They're not great or anything. They're entertaining. They're worth watching just for the special effects. But the actual Transformers cartoons and all that, I had no interest in.
Yeah. Peter Cullen's acting credits go back to 1967.
Oh, I'm sure.
And he's been steadily working since.
Yeah. But I'm off, guys. I need to get to the store.
Yeah, I'm going to have to kill it. It's been like over 3 hours of this.
Yeah. So, see you guys later.
Not even half printed. That tire takes an awful long time to print, Tanner, for such a little tire.
Bye-bye.
Right? Well, of course, because it's not, you're having to draw out all that little pattern in
Well,
there.
it never accelerates or decelerates. It's just
Right. It's just constantly going etching out all those little hexagon shapes.
Yep. Anyway,
But there's no way to get around that.
no. Well, there is, but we don't want to get into that now. There's a way you can make it go and then come back and just do a pattern. But you gotta fucking digitally design the pattern to do that. You have to pre-think about it. Yeah, there's been a lot of activity out there today. Anyway, I'm gonna kill it. It's been
All
fun. We might have to do a submarine day again soon.
Yes.
Get them done. I may just work on it because I
I'm
kind of.
off work for the next week and a half.
Right? Maybe tomorrow.
So
Tomorrow might be a good day. It's supposed to be really hot. I might have to put the air conditioners in. It's like wicked. It's cold today. It's 68 degrees out. It's like the coldest it's been since like March.
it's all overcast, but it looks like the stuff that looked like it was going to rain on us
It's
moved
literally
on by and didn't rain.
crazy.
It's still overcast though.
Anyway, see you
So
guys.
maybe I'll have my chance to go mow the backyard.
Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, let's think about doing submarines tomorrow, or just sticking off tomorrow and building submarines or whatever. Anyway,
All right, yeah, because I don't think my father-in-law has any doctor's appointments or anything that I have to take him to, like I did today and yesterday.
whatever. It is
Yeah.
what it is. All right, later, man. Later, folks. Thanks for stopping in. Have a wonderful day.
Yep. Later, all.